go. This thing ready. Oh no, my item to look up table's missing. That's probably my fault. Because I need to install something on Tamriel Trader. That's okay. DPSer? I'm just DPS. Let's get it. I don't remember my abilities for this guy, so this should be interesting. Let's see here. That's right, I'm hidden on that bar. But I haven't really decided what to do with this guy, as far as that goes. He's definitely been my crafting picker-upper. Where am I? That's always a fun one, right? Alright. Get moving. What was I even doing here? Oh, it's the new zone, that's why. But I think I actually finished the one here. That was the crazy part. That's not even here. So yes, okay, I remember what happened. I actually finished this zone, as far as that goes. And then I haven't really played much since. And that's a shame on me. Get there kind of easy? Let's find out. All mediumed up, right? Pretty mixed right now, but pretty mediumed up. Let's get it. Ugh, I can't read a dang compass. Wait, I was reading it right. I looked at the map wrong. That's me today, I tell you what. at these runes. What am I using for my two-handed? Reverse slice, that's why. What you get? See if I can get this sky shot up there. I actually would like to complete this zone before I bail on it, as far as sky shards go.
Was this the place? Hey there, little leaf. Is this the silent halls? Hello?
Oh, she's a silent ghoul, alright. You gonna attack me, dude? How dare you? Trying to get some hickory over here.
Leave it to an outsider to bring a curse down upon a sacred shrine.
You're welcome. Hey, man. It's a cat on a horse. You're darn right. And get it. Yeah, I actually forgot I did finish the story in the zone. So I may as well grab the rest of the sky shards and boogie out of this place. But look at all this harvesting. So when you do skill up your crafting, you put skill points into it, things start to glow from further away. It's pretty nice. It was off balance before I even touched it. Yeah, you can look how far away I can see some of that stuff glowing. Alright, I gotta go north to this one. I got 2 to get, plus 1 in a delve. While I'm in queue for dungeon. So, okay. What I was talking about earlier, and so this is kind of like the balance of MMOs, right? Final Fantasy, I think the coolest thing about it is that you only need to make one character and you can swap whenever you feel like it, pretty much. And it's probably the best part of the game. And everybody inside of a data center can talk and queue with each other. I like that a lot. I really do. I don't think he's seen me yet. Him and I both went to Final Fantasy together. I only went because I wanted to try it out. Because I hadn't played it in so long. I wanted to give it another chance while everybody was loving it again. New World, I don't know, man. If you need a couple characters, it seems like you will. You're going to need a caster or 2. This one, you need a lot of characters in a way. Everybody can do everything, but you got to switch your specs up pretty often. But the biggest thing that's killing me right now,
You know that, don't you?
is that, okay, you were mentioning buying buying New World. And it would be fun to play with you. I'm really annoyed, and it has nothing to do with you. It has a lot to do with game. I'm annoyed because Kinty plays on 2 different servers. Suzer and Zach play on a different server than all of us.
I need you to kill me.
You seek to enter
I don't. Anybody else I know that has tried New World plays on a different server.
Free.
And the only way currently is to just buy or create another character somewhere else. And if it's a full server, you got the queue problems. Come on, let me talk to him.
Thank you. I've lost track of the days. You could.
Something is really bugging me about that, though. I don't miss the, oh man, you play on this server? Oh. And right now they're, right now they're talking about letting people switch servers, but they're saying that it's only to certain servers. It's one time. I don't know. Just a thing, man. I'm concerned about the longevity of it that way.
Share my pain.
I don't know if Cryo would come back to this. He likes this one a lot, but he just really likes Final Fantasy more. He's just... It's more him.
Your soul is mine.
Bleed, motherfucker, bleed. Ah. I really gotta set this guy up a little bit better. He's really set up for soloing. It's a full stand build too, which I don't normally. I don't know. I'd like to try a Magica Nightblade. Everybody seems to love
Foul
them.
sensation.
Just realized. I think I'm the only one doing the quest.
By
I gotta skip through it a little bit just because this group wants to roll. How's your homework going though, dude? You knocking it out? Oh, I need to talk to dude over here for the quest. See? Good thing these guys know what they're doing, because I'm freaking lost half the time. Game seemed quiet to you? It's quiet to me. If it's not quite to you, then I'll just turn it up on my end.
Serene, I've brought help.
Thank you. All right. I was just asking if you think the game sounds quiet or not.
Never be. Gaston,
It seems quiet to me.
you look good, considering it's been ages. It has been. Are you well? Hardly. I think we've made a mistake. I regret nothing. Look at what Duthale's become. We've created a monster. All these souls
my dialogue
and
volume
tortures
really
for
high.
the Daedra. Don't ever.
Oh,
Duthale, the main
that would be part of it, huh?
architect, not us.
Oh, I remember this dungeon now. I was wondering why I needed to do the quest. It's because I haven't done this character.
I won't forget.
Better not forget what I did for
I
you.
am.
Are you kidding me? Jeez. You tell I picked like the longest tail for this Khajiit. So if I'm gonna have a tail, I'm gonna really have a tail. God damn it. Well, so the biggest thing this game did, as far as the levels go, still kind of grabs me, man. They made everybody level 50. Basically, like all the time. That's why you can go to any zone with anybody. You might just be weaker, but it scales everybody really well. Owie. Why does he hate me so much? There you go. Eat it.
That was a nightmare.
Rothdar.
Right now, my dear, how do you fare?
Gaston? I'm fine, thanks to our friends. Is this an attempt to escape?
Yes,
There's a
Stu.
chance, my dear. There's a chance. If our friends here are as powerful as they seem.
Your plan is to fight the architect directly? Haven't we done enough to him?
Still in combat, I guess.
Have we done enough to him? He's tortured us every day since our imprisonment. You think his actions are just?
No, but I can understand his anger. We ruined him,
I hate to skip this one because this is actually
Well-
cool.
Instant if I could. Look around right now. He's a villain. These vaults of madness justify anything we've done to him.
So my gear kind of sucks still because I'm full on experience gear. If it doesn't give me more experience, I'm not using it right now. That just is what it is, what it is, what it is. Guess he wants everybody. Spin the wind, yo. pow. Spin the wheel. Nice. Where to, karate leader? Probably this giant angry face thing. We both tried. We both tried. Jeez, what is this guy? The AoE drain he's doing. It's a warden? No way. Or was that the... Fairy Thief? Dragon Knight. Oh, seriously, a Dragon Knight?
That structure up ahead.
That's not who was doing that. No way. It's the warden. Pretty crazy. Some of these magic builds are just insane. They really are. Like, I have my sorcerer up and I kind of want to make it a badass. I remember what half my abilities are on this bar. Let's see, we got Hidden Blade, Fire, Secret Dagger from your sleeve. Strife. Let's go, come on. Fuck it. Woo! Come on now. That's the way to do it. It really is like the only way to do that. That's what I mean. Oh, sorry. Oh, the mic. Man, I tell you.
You freed them. I've sacrificed much to these prisoners here to keep them occupied. I won't allow you to compromise that. Your head will make a fitting gift for Moloch Ball.
There we go.
My minions will tear you asunder.
All your minions. I think we just burn. Yeah, we can just burn with this group. Yeah, buddy.
He's gone. He's gone. But nothing's happening.
Seems the Mad Architect's destruction did not allow us to step from this plane. Unfortunate, but we'll have to make do. He mastered this place, mastered the Daedra somehow. Perhaps we can do the same.
But what do we do? Where do we go?
We can't
Everywhere,
stay here.
always,
Not like
somewhere.
this.
I'll figure something out. I always do. We're free. I hoped your defeat of the Mad Architect would allow us to pass.
A shield that I can't use for the build that I'm currently on. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't know how else to help. Oh, this music's really working for this tonight. Hold on. This song's called Moderna Warfare. Oh, I can't say I hate it. I don't think I have any non-invisibility. I need to get rid of the Path of Darkness one. I haven't really used that much at all. Surprise attack and what's aspect of terror? Oh, that's a fear. That's cool. For PvP. Oh, I get that build going. Summon a shade version of your self-attack enemy. Okay. Assassination. I'm worried about everybody else. Are you kidding me? Shallow soul. I'll take that moniker. Thank you. I'm not worried about the stamina so far. I don't know, I have a lot of dual wield abilities on. Because I'm full stamina, and I don't really know if they're worth it, being honest. Hopefully King can hop on. That would help me clear up a lot of stuff on this build. Khajiit. I don't even have Vigor right now. That's weird for me. Everything on this dude is mostly it's just really just keen eye stuff. For that. I don't know. Not really sure the way I'm gonna go with it. I'm not using any Fighters Guild abilities right now. Mage's Guild is an ongoing forever issue. So I think Mage's Guild I'm only kind of worried about on the other ones. But let's get these sky shards from this zone. Whoops. I always get these buttons mixed up. There we go. The battleground going too. Whoop. There's my sky shard hunt. These dailies do crazy, crazy. Like, got all these, and where's that chest? Got, I think there's a chest that came with that one. I may just wait to crack her open anyways, till I go to like Mojo's or something. A lot of stolen shipments. I don't know what that says about me. Oh, what's up with this ring of agility though? Jewelry. Okay. I can get rid of my first ring of agility. Points do I have left? Okay. And I actually don't think all my add-ons are working, so... Yeah, I don't have any alpha gear set up for this guy. He's kind of... It's not really worth it before 50, honestly. Gets in the way. But alpha gear, I know, Dead, you're going to say, well, another mod. I agree. But this mod is... Honestly, kind of just makes... I'd say it does what Final Fantasy has already whenever you can just save your gear sets. That's really what it's for. So you just bind a key to swap your gear sets. And then your gear and ability sets. So that's really nice. I don't think Final Fantasy does the ability sets on top of it, but it does do the gear sets. I know. Hey. Bethesda's okay with it, and if they weren't okay with it, they wouldn't have the add-ons button built into the game. In fact, I have to see if there's any updates for mine. I'm not a big fan of doing a lot of the mods, but some of mine are broken. Some of them are just, like we were saying before, you know, to make the game a little more playable to where I think it should be. But some of them is just customization. There we go. Those are updated, so we just do... Like, there's one that's always broken for me. Just because I didn't install, like, this... Put this EXE in the correct folder, because I don't really want to. It's an auction house one. What's cool about it is that it actually goes out... It's this one right here. Tamriel Trade Center. It goes out, and it looks for the, like, current... average and recently sold prices of items on the auction house, so you know if you should just vendor it or if you should go auction it or something. I do like that a lot. I think a lot of games I think every game should have that kind of built in to it, because there's a lot of people that are making a lot of money on the auction houses, and then just people that are just playing the game have no idea like what they're missing out on, you know. I'm not saying you should make it easy for them in the sense of like sell everything for them and blah blah blah, so everybody's rich and that just ruins the economy. I'm just saying that it would be nice if everybody's really aware of how certain things are worth. You know, I generally just salvage things so that I can get the skill up and all that.
Bright moons light our path.
So I can get the materials and stuff. Alright. This is just deathmatch, so let them clash for a second. Hey. Gotcha. Ow. I don't really have a heal. No, I don't have a heal on. Oh, shit. Oh, that did that. That's what happens when you don't have any heals on. It didn't count as my kill. Oh. More of a thing as the MMO evolved. Most games like Dark Ages only really crafted to make siege weapons. Really? I didn't know that. Crafting in this game actually became kind of essential, but not in the Albion Online bullcrap way. The way crafting became essential in this is actually my favorite way ever, is the transmutation stuff. So you can get an item that is not of the quality or even the level that you want, and you can reforge it, oh my god, into it. And I think it's the coolest thing. Of course, it's bound to your account, so you can't sell that reforged item. But let's say you get a dungeon item, or even, dude, you can get a level 10 item. And if it's part of some set or something, reforge it into something else. It's really cool. That's how you get pretty much everything. And so, like, what you'll see is a lot of times people run lower level dungeons and stuff, and they're only there for the set piece. They're not there for anything else. And it doesn't matter that it's really what all they need is the right type of armor, whether like heavy, medium, or light. Other than that, it doesn't really matter, like the stats on it, all that kind of stuff. Because you can craft, if you craft, then you can craft all the enhancements to it. Like, you do need to get into your crafting some to make some of it work, but yeah, it's just really cool the way they did that. You know, you don't really have the whole situation of like, oh, I needed the level 50 CP 160 something of the bear. Like, no, I just needed a... Yeah, I'll show you it. It's probably my favorite system. Oh, come on, I'm trying to steal a kill. Well, now none of us are dead. But for me now. Haha. Dang it, miss.
Quite the
Wrong
stunning
person.
performance.
Ha. Quite the stunning performance. I have such a hard time killing healers with this build. Tough part about not being 50. I was reminded of supply chains lines from HLL. Which one's HLL? Oh, Hell Let Loose. Okay. You used to worry about the base building all the time too. It is, yeah, it is definitely part of it, right? It's tough to find people that want to do that. That's why I talk about people on a galleon wanting to do the sales. They just don't usually. Nobody wants to do the sales. Half the time, nobody even wants to be the driver. Stuff like that. I'm like, well, the ship doesn't run on its own. We're gonna lose, but we can actually put up a fight, though. I got trapped there. I just want to get this guy. Oh, he got me. I think I ran out. Driving sucks too, because people who should be selling sales aren't doing anything AFK. Yep. I agree. It's pain. And that's really what makes open crew just the worst. Just terrible. Yeah, I really got to work on this build. Hopefully King hops on. He can walk me through something good. That guy's played anything and everything on this game, it seems like. Maybe I should have to worry about some of that stam stuff in there. Oh god. That's what I get, honestly. I deserved that one. News hackers was a drama. That's so funny. It's probably on the Plex too. I don't know. It's free on YouTube.
John, displeased.
Did the werewolf die? Oh, the enemy team got the freaking kill on him. That's annoying. Hate the werewolves. Vampires. Yay! I was just trying to siphon off people. Ooh. For the squelch. Yeah, this guy's... So my gear, when I talk about experience gear, some of my gear is like still level 30, stuff like that. If it doesn't have experience on it, I'm not wearing it. Experience gain. Oh my gosh. Jeez, this group. Too bad they have me on their team. We lost so bad, and I did the worst. Nobody really did much better, though, for being honest here. Check Discord. I want to see if I can bug King. The dude is never online anymore. He did say that he started his own business. So, clearly that's a big reason for that. Sparks is on, but I don't think he can actually play. Inventory life 67 out of 90. Okay, let's do this delve quick before I queue for another battleground. The way dailies work, you have to get at least second place to get the bonus for battleground.
Hail, Wayfarer.
Oh, there's an attachment here. I got something for it. Huh.
Another member of the fighters.
Oh yeah, let's get in there then. I'll take a quest on top of the thing I was already gonna do anyways. Let's do it. I think my favorite character is still my Necro though. And it's kind of hard to explain why. Especially since it's super heal spec still. I actually just kind of enjoy healing in these games, really. I didn't really used to. I like tanking too, but I do need to. I have a tank. He's 50, but I need to respec him. The spec I had was. It was good. It just was so boring. It was too classic of a tank spec. I don't know. Yeah. I might turn him into Magicka. That might be what I need to do. Make him a Magicka tank. I think that would change it. Oh, found him. That's not good. Why isn't it counting? Is there a stone somewhere? Supposed to be in the pack, right? Backpack. Sometimes first person is necessary. More
There you
magic.
are.
I kind of agree.
I'm glad you
I have a lot of
managed to make
stamina
that
builds.
stonework. Search
I
the
think I
vault
should
for
do
any sign
magic
of this
something.
machine. If you find anything, use the
Oh, my
stone to
Necro and my
contact
Sorcerer
me.
are both magic.
Onsi guide you,
So that's a
comrade.
dude. Look at that trippiness. Is this what you wanted, Dead? More first person? Ooh, good, Undaunted keys. Finally Undaunted level. First person is pretty awesome. I like it for regular PvE, but dude, I'll tell you, man, trying to PvP in this game in first person, it's kind of just
the oil leaking from these pipes
handicap.
matches what we found deeper in the ruins. You've picked up
Yeah,
the trail.
the
sure.
latest X pack
Keep
is
looking.
really cheap because the next one's about to come out again. Yep. I think they all eventually get on the ESO Plus thing. But I don't know. Get him! It's good to see you, man. It is good to see you. How's your week going, dude? Ow, bye. Told you, man, I love these YouTube names. Some of them are just silly. We could try and make this a first-person only night. You can't do it on the mountain. You still have third person on the mountain, but we could first-person only this. Not saying it'd be easy.
Scrapes in the stone. Those Dagon beasts dragged something out of here in a hurry. Keep going. The machine must be nearby.
It's the ground stuff that'll get you. Hiya. Owie, 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 ah. This is a really big delve. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I used to get like 30k hits on these openers. Unless I'm just timing it wrong. What's up, Gab, man? How's school going? Only on the exit. You're all my enemies. too late on that one. Whoa, dude. Yeah, for now, man. You know, I was gonna play New World tonight. I was kind of on the fence on playing this or New World, anyways. But I was actually logged into New World, and my queue was like 260 or something. I was like, I just actually want to play video games. I don't want to sit here and wait for the privilege to play video games right now. So I'm just gonna hop in here. Yeah, man, I got a Magicka build this dude, I think. We'll see. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I know a lot of people that have both. No party? No, I guess not. I don't think anybody was actually expecting me to play this either, so I didn't really get a group going. Sparks started a job, so he won't be on nearly as often as before.
Breaches. What is this place?
Every night's a party night.
Forge?
Yeah, buddy.
I can't
No,
let
I
them finish
just-
building this thing. Hurry.
It's just me right now. Hopefully I can talk King into coming back. But he's also super busy. You know, man, Gab, we're all old. So it's been hard to get groups together lately. Find the device. Man, I don't know. Oh, it's in a different room. Is that what you're telling me? Yes, you see I'm old. Get out of here. What classes you got today, man? Anything cool? I'm gonna try and run back for this. Because there's another door to get this thing.
On the side!
Oh. Exams are coming up. Well, you know, school is important. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. But you're always welcome back. Obligated. I'm just kidding. Alright, man. Have fun. Get your study on. There is no other way from there. Maybe it's like a spiral. Have a good one, Gab. Thanks for hopping in, man. Die now. Adulting sucks. Yep. Don't ever grow up. It sucks. Stay a kid forever. Yeah, it's the classic thing of I long for the days I could be an adult and make my own decisions and stuff like that. And yeah, nah. Stupid move. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Thank you forever who did sub today. We really appreciate it. Let us know if you're still playing ESO or if you're onto something else. I'm always interested in what people are gaming on these days. Get it. I gotta figure out this guy's build, but I'm holding off until I'm 50 to bother. 45 right now. Get hit stomped. I don't know if I have to go back for that sky shard or what, because that is what I'm here for. I mean, I thought that's what I was here for, but this quest is pretty redonk.
Crush you like those spiders!
It's weird when you do the spin, your first person view doesn't spin. Yeah, this is very obvious. I still have not done my companion quest like everybody else. Whoopsie. Ooh, time to make some tea. I get some ginseng. Guess he keeps forgetting about sprinting. Oh, that's so close. Mortal? How dare. I like being insulted like that. If I exit this Doom Vault piece, am I exiting the whole Doom Vault? Yeah, this is like the beginning again. I need that Sky Shard. So that was the main reason I came here in the first place. Burn out. die now. How was that detected? I gotta actually crouch on these, I think. This is almost like there's another door when I come out this way. That's what's killing me. Like I'm missing a path. But I'm not missing a path. Woo, buddy. That's what I thought. How do I get up there? I gotta cheat and go in the third person for a little bit. Hold on. Is another walkway over there. There's a whole other entrance into this area. I just have no idea how to get over there. Pop the floating pimple. He is pretty gross, isn't he? Like, what am I missing to get over there? This is gonna be a Google moment. Doom Vault Sky Shard. Oh, there's even a video of this because it's messed up. One second here. Oh, that makes sense. Dropping a like on that video. You saved me too much time that it would take me forever. I have to go a different route from a different room. That's the trick. So I went the quest way, which, I mean, makes the most sense. Usually with these ones, they are so linear, you have no idea, whatever, you know. This one's up here. Or, oh, there it is. The walk bridge. Hey, fellas. Much gooder. Here we go. Like it had to be a different entrance somewhere. Here it is. that little guy. Idiots. Yeah. There we go. 2 more in the zone. I'll come right back for them. But I do need to salvage and some stuff. Sky Shard. Yeet. Yeah, I do need to go clear out some bag space. And then I'll queue for dungeon and go back in. Or queue for battleground. I need that daily so far. We'll get it. Alright, word. I know I'm being silly. I'm really tired. Talk like a madman. For a bond, what?
Come, do you?
A Bond theme song? Alright, was haben Sie? Would use that if I cared about bows. We're just deconstructing today. Ah. You know what? It probably would have been an even cooler movie. I like Skyfall, but Sky Shard. I got a lot of crap on here. They didn't have to. I like to say medium. Yeah. I'm not clothing. Where's the woodworking? Woodworking. Woodworking. Okay, so what I was talking about though, Chuck, was this guy right here, transmute station. I don't have as much on this character unlocked, but if you want, like, you can see stuff I have done before. If you wanted, yeah, I know they replaced it. I liked M the way it was. So you can transmute things into different things. Fantastic. The biggest thing is reconstruct. So you see here, these are just sets. It doesn't really matter what level the set you had it at, as long as you got these crystals to do it. And then you go through and pick, and you can, you know, go back and recreate these things. And that just makes life so much easier, especially when you want to do set pieces with all of them. So one strategy that people use is they make one character be their main crafter. My Necro is kind of that. Most of the time, I will salvage things on my Necro just so it has the set pieces. You have to salvage or equip something to have it in the set. So, but that is pretty common. But it's a good common. So here's the coward's gear. And I can take these greens and I can make them a higher quality. So I can bring them up to legendary if I wanted. So like, You go here, and then you just put in the other materials. Like, this guy doesn't have much on him. He's not my crafter. My Necro has most of this stuff. But then you can make it a legendary quality, and then add these things to it. And then you take your... You can also mix in your enchantments that you put on there, too. So you take the crystal and the enchantments on top of it. So you can take a green that you got and make it something amazing. And the whole reason you would do that is if it has an awesome set bonus, right? So... Keep forgetting buttons. But yeah, just letting you know. We were kind of talking a little bit about it earlier. Oh, I gotta turn that quest into that guy, and then I gotta go back up there. Crap, I forgot to... I should have exited. Song name makes you hungry? Eggs and bacon. Man, you can't go wrong. A little late for a sober person to be cracking open some eggs and bacon, but... I'm worried that when you heard me say I want all your bacon, you thought I wanted some. Or a lot. I assure you, I want all of your eggs.
But what if we are wrong? Not even my strength can hold back an entire brigade.
Just stay out of it, Hinjas. We have lost too
I forgot
many
to turn
lives
this quest that I was doing in the first
Yours
place.
must not be included.
Yeah, the reconstruct thing is really cool because, one, you don't have to hold on to crap. But two, you know, you can find a low-level set that has really good set bonuses. And say, well, crap, I'm just going to use that later. You know. Or just have good stat sets in general. Trying to get close. Yeah, screw it. Hope he acts one last time. I wonder, he might very well do another movie. Been petering off, but he kind of has this whole production stuff going on. Like, doesn't he run a production studio now? Alright, we're gonna try and do this first person for no real reason other than to do it.
I will have no fear.
Oh, my sword isn't loading. Dodge this and dodge that. I don't know what that is. My sword isn't loading. Oh, Happy Madison. That sounds right. Is this another deathmatch? I was hoping for another mode. Oh. Oh crap, I healed him. Woo, thank you. I heard the happy heal noises there. Got to do a LeBron James documentary. I can't be holding to China for everything, man. I hate that. Ooh, nice heals. I like. Well, they might own a certain portion of something. Or they might own a certain portion of LeBron James. They certainly own a portion of John Cena. I think they have a majority of share of John Cena. stunned, I'm stunned, I'm stunned. Oh. My healers have been very good, whoever I have. Ow. Oh, got me. Yeah. Netflix is kind of in charge of everything they touch right now. F that guy. Yeah, I used to think he wasn't too bad. You know? I mean, he's a professional wrestler personality, but... You know, Gab, if you use Chrome, you can double right-click the YouTube video and do pop-out. If you're using Firefox, there's a little thing on the bottom right. If you just want to hang out and still be doing your homework. I am not an authority on any good homework practices, though. So do not take my example for anything. As far as that goes. Ah, who's on my butt? Oh. Stop hitting me, man. I tell ya, these guys, my teammates are way better than I am right now. Really good healer. Really good at keeping himself alive. Oh, I'm not very good at keeping myself alive, but still. A last minute kind of person. Oh, I'm just not a good example when it comes to homework. I'm not. All I can really be an example of is how to not do it crappy. Or, I'm sorry, how to do it crappy. There you go. I had it backwards. If you want to do your homework wrong, come to me. I have advice. But probably don't. Probably don't. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Wait for my team to get mad at me. Too long. They don't know the first person struggle. It's the real business here. Oh, they both just died. Probably wait. I don't even know what this guy's saying.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Ryo.
Just saw you on YouTube and I was like, oh, maybe I should jump in.
I'm always on YouTube.
I thought you were on Facebook for a while.
I've been on YouTube since like we started Final Fantasy, pretty much. You've been on.
Yeah, at one point
Facebook.
you guys were switching back and forth.
No,
Was the last I saw.
You've been on my YouTube stream.
Yeah, but Dead was still on Facebook.
Oh, for a very little bit, yeah.
So that was the last time we talked.
No, you were on the other day when I was playing New World.
No, but I mean like in Discord.
Well, I've been here. How you been, dude?
George, take them!
Not bad at all.
That's good to hear. Did you die? Okay.
How's ESO?
It's good, man. You know, I was talking to Dead, and I was kind of on the fence on what to play tonight, and then I go to play New World. Oh, I was like, ah, crap it. Crap, you know, I'll play New World, and then as a queue of like 270, I'm like, I am good.
I heard the queues have been pretty bad.
Well, I went to, and I've said this before, when I made my character, I didn't do it day one. I waited till they made more servers because I knew they'd screw this up. I went to the lowest population server that was out there, the newest of the new, and there was no queues. The longest queue I saw one time was 1, and then 2 days ago, and then today they've just been getting bigger. Chuck says fully YouTube because they keep striking him for music on his stream. Yeah, so Facebook made some deals with some record companies, and for a while it was only with partners. Now they've expanded some of that stuff to level up. But we actually lost our level up status just because we haven't. If you don't stream in like 2 weeks, you lose your level up status.
That's kind of shit.
Yep. So I'm like, you know, I still think it's a good platform, but sick of their crap. So what's been going on in your world, dude?
Just been working and hanging out in Calwan, and that's been it.
Yeah.
My life. So I'm not in lockdown, but we don't really do much outside the house.
You guys aren't still locked down, are you?
No, we're allowed to leave, but like we still have to wear a mask and such, and
Oh, really?
everything like that. So Chelsea and I kind of just stay in.
That's nuts.
Like we've gone out for dinner a couple times, but typically we'll just order in dinner.
King. See, I don't know what goes on in the Eastern time zone with you guys, but you two seem to hop on together.
I've been on since.
Well, I know you've been
like
playing
3
for a
hours.
while, but I'm saying that stream-wise, you and King seem to hop on the same time every time. King, I was talking about you earlier, dude. I was like, man, my Nightblade is almost 50, and my build is kind of lame. I said, you know who would know a good Nightblade build? It'd be King. Hopefully he hops on. I don't know if you remember much of King, Cryo.
I barely played with him, to be honest.
He hasn't been on that much because he started his own business. How crazy is that?
Pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Like I saw that when you guys continued your conversation when I was in the stream.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think it's really cool, man. Yeah, King, I'm here, man. I'm here. There's a guy in my on my team for this battleground that we're gonna. I just want second place. I just want my daily. He's trying to say brain dead team, but he said brain dead to detain. So I don't know if he's trolling or if he's just like somebody really stupid trying to call other people stupid. I'm not really sure how this is working.
I'm gonna go with number 2.
I think so, yeah. Oh, I wanted to revive that teammate, but that was not happening. Oh god. I'm so dead. Ugh. Nightblade healer is pretty fun. Nightblade tank is underrated. I could see that. I kind of want this guy to be. I want this guy to be DPS. I'm okay with switching to Magicka. You know me. I'll respec 30 times before I log out. It feels like. I don't dislike this build. I notice its weaknesses for sure. Just a stamina kind of trying to make an assassin kind of rogue, but it's. You know, you can't really replicate like a WoW rogue in this.
Yeah, not really. No, I like Snipblade a lot. It's probably my favorite class I played, but
That's right,
I
you
don't know,
gotta ditch your Warden.
Oh yeah, I completely ditched my Warden as soon as I started playing the Nightblade.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think I might have played it like twice after I got my Nightblade day 50.
I think you did just because like we needed like to fill the roles for a dungeon or something, and that was it. You're like, oh man, what's this warden guy?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Well, my Templar can tank. I think I still want to use my Templar as a tank, but I want to redo all of it. I don't like my Templar build. It's effective, it works, but it is boring. It's like the most standard, like, heavy tank kind of stamina whatever build.
Yeah.
When I was doing it, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then after playing, like, probably after like the 10th dungeon of it, I just kind of said, man, this character could be so many things more. Leeching Plate, Troll King, and I forget the set with Red Orb. Yeah, I do have the Red Orb set on my Nightblade, on my Templar. So maybe that might be the way to go. Man, I saw somebody doing this Drain build. I don't know. I couldn't even really tell what class they were, because I don't know who was doing it in the group. I was just running a daily, and somebody was just AoE draining a whole freaking dungeon.
Magic and Nightblade's pretty much draining.
You think so?
It's all about blood magic.
Yeah, that's probably what King's talking about right now too.
Yeah. Yeah, I did Magic and Nightblade for PvE, and then Stamina and Nightblade for PvP.
Okay. Okay, maybe I'll switch it up and do something like that, because
you have to have a lot of guild or sky shards is the issue if you don't want to reset your build every time you want to do PvE or PvP.
Well, you know me, I have a 50 in every single class except for Warden. I have my Templar's 50. I don't really know what to do with it. My Sorcerer is 50. I don't really know what to do with it. You know, there's a trend here.
I just found the end game in that game not there. Didn't occupy my time enough.
Oh, I get it. You're a big raider too.
Yeah, I really like raids.
I'm pretty casual.
The biggest thing is I like the trials. The trials are 10 times better than the raids in this game, at least, because you just fucking do them. You go in, fight one boss. That boss will take you like 10 minutes, and it's just so much fucking fun.
You know, the Final Fantasy trials are really cool, especially because the difficulty scaling is really there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even the same boss when you do it again.
So I just, like, we're doing Eden, which are the Shadowbringers, Shadowbringer raids. But there's kind of like the Bahamut one we did. Did we really do that one?
Damn near stand still.
I don't think you really got into that stuff. But
I didn't do the coils, no.
Yeah, so, and then you didn't finish the Heavensward, so you didn't really get into it. Basically, it's 12 trials, one after another.
I did finish the Heavensward story.
Yeah, so the Heavensward one is called the Epic of Alexander.
Yeah, I didn't finish all of those. I actually did start some of that with you, I think, but I didn't finish everything. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Because you had to go get the parts, basically. Isn't that what it was? Yeah. Like there was a whole bunch of small trials before the big shit. And that's.
Yeah. So like I guess the farther they've gotten into it, it's less of like small little trials, and you're fighting like these badass trials instead. So like I remember, I think you and I did one for Alexander, and we went in and we like killed a little bit of ads, and then fought like some no-name mechanical boss.
Because I remember we were like, was that it? We did 2 of those that night, and we were like, is that all this is?
And it took like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So these ones like maybe take 10 minutes, but like you're fighting like this new version of Titan, who looks like a fucking badass. And the boss, it's difficult. We wiped like 5 or 6 times, and this is like the easy mode.
Yeah.
The normal mode. It was a shitload of fun. And like there's some phase changes, and then like the next one you had to fight like Garuda and Ifrit together.
Okay.
And then they morphed into like one being for like their second phase. It was fucking sick. But like you have like 12 of these, and there's a whole story going along with it. And it's just fantastic because you have to do 12 difficult trials, and then when you finish them, you unlock all the savage ones of them.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm looking forward to the Savage ones because they're gonna be fun.
I bet.
And the other thing I've just been doing is, have you ever played Nier?
Mm-mm.
So there's this game called Nier, I guess it's also made by Square Enix. And they did a crossover for it, the same way that they did the Monster Hunter crossover for Final Fantasy.
Okay.
So like, I fought Rathalos for Monster Hunter, and I have a Rathalos mount now, and
Oh,
shit
cool.
like that. And then, like, the way they did the Crystal Tower, the Alliance raids, that have like 3 of them that are 24 men. They did Nier raids, and they're fucking awesome.
We never really got into Monster Hunter. Dead and I tried. At the time when it came out for PC, the matchmaking and grouping with your friends was just horrendous. But we just never really got back into it. We both really liked it. I wonder if it's been fixed. It was a long time ago.
I've really enjoyed Monster Hunter. I've only played like 1 or 2 games of it, but the games I did play were a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, the issue for us was like if you weren't exactly in the same spot as your friends, you couldn't join them.
Yeah, I think that's typical with it. I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think that was a big issue because Dead and I hardly ever get to play at the same time. So we're always like trying to play catch up with each other.
Yeah.
Hey King, man, if you're there, I don't know, man, when I get 50, if you want to help me with that build, I'm down then. I do have most of the pieces. Well, I don't think I have Troll King, but I do have the Red Orb. That's the Ebonheart set. I do have that in plate. You love Monster Hunter World, you just didn't have friends that played it. That's kind of the thing. Like Dead and I couldn't group up very often, and then that game was pretty hard solo for me, and I just, you know, the interest wasn't totally there. I didn't want to do anything but the big fights, which I think is what something like Dauntless is really good at. Have you tried that before, Cryo?
No, I thought Dauntless was like a MOBA.
No, it's on Epic, and it's also, I mean, you can get it on Xbox too. It's just you have to get it through Epic Games. It's free. It's like different kind of graphics, like more like a cell shaded thing. My kids play it sometimes. I play it with them. But it is very Monster Hunter-esque. There's a few little ads around the world, but really it's just going around killing big bosses in a very Monster Hunter way. Like, you know, they all have certain abilities, and you gotta dodge, and, you know, elemental. It's very elemental based.
Right.
But like you go in with a party to go fight a monster, and then you leave, kind of thing. So
yeah,
it's a free game, so definitely worth checking out.
I felt like if I was gonna check out another game anytime soon, it's probably gonna be New Worlds.
Okay, I was just talking about that with Chuck. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Purely for the reason that the PvP looks entertaining.
The PvP is good.
And the fact that it's only $40 and then I never have to put money into it again.
Yes.
Seems pretty ideal.
Yeah, so far I've seen no reason to buy anything in game. It's just cosmetic is all I've seen.
Yeah, and the streamers I've seen, like, the only reason they're going to buy cosmetic stuff is because they want more developers to make this buy the game and not have to pay a subscription.
The developers, streamers buy skins just to get attention. I'm just going to say that.
Sure, yeah.
But I'm definitely down to play Dauntless sometime, King. You got to get back on Discord or something so I can be friends with you on Epic and Steam. Yeah, so I don't know. If you guys get into New World, I'm gonna put some real effort into it because Dead has been talking about buying it too. An issue I had, and I know I complain. This is my job, right? The biggest issue I had is the fact that these servers have no cross playability at all. Not even cross messaging. Their idea is that, hey, you're on Steam, so just talk on Steam, right? Because it's a Steam only game.
Right.
Which is fine, but so one friend of mine is on 2 different servers. None of them is mine. Two friends of mine are on a different server together. I don't even know, like, one of these is just Suzer being Suzer. One of my friends, the other day, like, I think the first day I was playing it after the launch, he was asking me, like, hey, so what do you think about it? And I was kind of, you know, just typing back to him some stuff, And then 2 days later, I saw him online. I was like, oh, hey, cool, man. You got it. I'm on this server in this faction if you want to play. And he said, oh, I'm already 20 on this other server with Zach. And I'm like, dude, why didn't you just, like, say something? I would have switched. If he's been playing, he bought it, like, that night when he was asking me. He didn't say he bought it. Now, this is just him being him. But come on, man. Like, we could all just play together, you know?
Right.
The fragmentation is really bugging me, you know. At least in Final Fantasy, if you're in the same data center, you can still do queues and chat with each other. And in ESO,
when the expansion comes out in a month, you'll be able to go data center, go across data center.
That's so good. That would be so good. And ESO, as you know, is like one giant server basically. That's just instanced out. The only catch is you got to play with North Americans, you know.
See, and that's my thing with New World is like, it's new, there's people on it, which is fine. But like the only thing that I've really found in Final Fantasy that's missing, or that isn't as ideal as, say,
PvP's
ESO,
lame.
is
PvP's
PvP.
lame. Yeah, no. Final
So,
Fantasy
like,
PvP is pretty lame.
Yeah, so like if I can get to New World and just play New World and not have to pay the monthly subscription,
It just
perfect, right?
Yeah, just
Like,
PvP.
that's the only reason I would go back to ESO is for the PvP.
Sure.
But I don't want to pay the subscription just to PvP sometimes.
Well, you already know you don't need the subscription if all you're going to do is PvP.
But it's a pain in the ass with the inventory. Just like the way my inventory is set up right now, it's a pain in the ass.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Everything's
Like,
in
if
inventory.
you're not PvEing,
Yeah.
then it really
The
is just a
issue-
free game.
But the issue is that I found in PvP there's PvP builds, and a lot of the PvP builds need PvE items.
That's true. Yeah. New World's the same way. I mean, all your gear is from PvE. But I've been looking at like the possibility of just only doing main story quests and PvP in New World. I think that's actually viable because the PvP quests that you have to flag for do give you more experience and stuff than the PvE quests that you don't have to flag for. But if you die while doing those quests, it just deletes the quests, and you have to go back to town and get new ones. So there is a serious loss and annoyance if you're soloing at all in PvP in that game. I'm still on the fence. If you guys were to get into it, like King was talking about it a little bit, if Dead gets into it, then I'll get more into it. I'm only 22. I say we all just join up on my server and rock it. Now, the reason they have so many servers instead of doing what ESO does isn't necessarily capacity reason. It's the faction and town ownership. You can't do what ESO is doing in that game. It doesn't work.
Right.
Sadly, I wish it did. It should be able to work for groups and stuff, but everything is so based on zone and reputation and who owns what thing. Every single server is its own little world, which is unlike like a WoW server. Was never really like that. They tried to. The only real thing that was specific to a WoW server was its economy and like what guilds kind of, you know, swung their dicks around. But other than that, it wasn't really, you know, it didn't really matter. Gab, I think we both plan on playing some Far Cry 666 once it comes out. I know it's really soon. This is that time of year. There's so much, and I still find myself going back to older games. I do like New World a lot, though, Cryo. I do.
It looks really good.
It is fun. I am getting tired of playing it alone, and I don't want to restart because it is a very grindy game. And I played the beta 3 freaking times, so this is my 4th time getting in
I've
the
heard
20s.
a lot of people complaining about
the leveling.
Well, just the fact that like they released the full game in the beta, so like everything's pretty much, or like a lot of things are solved before the game was even released, like actually released.
Yeah.
So like there's so many videos out on like how to progress from 1 to 60 as quickly as possible, and
Yeah. Well, that's
not-
a good point. Yeah, I got on this server when it was brand new. I got on there and they immediately, like, these guys are already taking it super freaking serious because they did the beta every time. I never took the betas seriously. I took the betas as to see if I'm going to like this game and do some bug testing. That's what I think of a beta. And these guys, like, they're getting all their PvP raids and they're getting all their faction and housing stuff, like, immediately. Like, from day one. It's like a race to see who can take over the server the second the server starts. There was dudes talking about how they're gonna be opening up more servers soon, and they're gonna allow people to freely transfer from servers to smaller ones. But it doesn't have to be like a character under level 30 or something. So there's people talking about how can they go basically just manipulate a brand new server. That's their goal. It's really annoying. This happened in some phone games that Dead and I used to play too. Like, all the time. You would wait until these things come up. Can add you guys in Discord. I'm not gonna call. Just add you guys. I think you did add me, didn't you? I think I have you on there, gal. Let me double check. No, that was Goga. The one shooter. I like to have one shooter and one MMO. I'm stuck on Destiny 2 and ESO. Destiny 2 is an RPG too, though, man. Far Cry. Yeah, it's a good game, but Far Cry and Destiny are both kind of.
I think they're very different.
No, they're both RPGs, though.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think I would have liked Destiny 2. The issue is I was so excited for Destiny 2 that I played the shit out of Destiny 1.
You do.
And then by the time Destiny 2 came out, I was just like, I'm bored.
Dead and I bought Destiny 2 right away. We had a lot of fun with it, and then we got extremely annoyed with all the times they were trying to just nab money. Like, we bought the season pass, and that lasted like a month and a half at the most. And they're like, "Hey, we need another $20." I'm like, guys, I just bought this. That's when Destiny 2 wasn't free at all. Like, we just fucking paid for this thing.
Oh, perhaps this bazaar isn't so empty after all.
Just a thing, man. Yeah. You can put your Discord. I don't know where you want to send your Discord stuff. There, Gap. That's up to you. Is it in the public dungeon? Destiny 2 has gotten massive. You're right. It's much bigger than when I quit playing it. I still have my account active, obviously. I mean, everybody does. I think I still have it installed even. It's a good game. It's just that one's kind of hard for me when I consider shooters. Because even Far Cry is a shooter. I love Far Cry for the story. And just some of the hilariousness.
I'm wondering how the new Halo game's gonna do.
I've heard good things. Yeah. They'll comment on Facebook? Okay. Yeah, actually, you could probably send the Facebook channel or the Facebook page a message, and I can check it tomorrow.
I still haven't finished the story in FF. I'm on patch 5.2, so I have 3 more patches left. For Shadowbringer.
Yeah. There's a lot
so
in
much
that
fucking
game.
I wonder what my playtime. How the fuck do you know your playtime?
Probably /played. That's what it was in WoW. King, I don't know, man. I don't consider Destiny that kind of shooter, though. I think it is a fun game. I don't know. When I think of shooters, I think of Counter-Strike or Battlefield or something like that. That's how I think of shooters. Or arcade shooters like Doom and Quake. Destiny's always been kind of a weird one to me because they did a really good job with the mechanics. But it is a gear-based shooter. And to me, that's just so different. It's not that it's bad. It's just so different. I don't know. But I will say, my favorite thing about Destiny 2 was their PvP system.
It was really good.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I wish that more games would copy Destiny 2's PvP. The way they did their battlegrounds, their balancing for it was very good. Like, the gear, I mean, it is a gear shooter game, right? But they're balancing and like leveling people out. They did a really good job with it.
Every game felt winnable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, oh yeah, we could do this. There's no like, oh, that guy just has better gear. This guy has champion points, or this guy has, what is it in WoW? Was it resilience at the time, you know? There's none of that kind of PvP stuff in there. There's also...
How does New World does it? How does New World do it?
Yeah, it's gear. It's
like if you're level 20 and you come attack me at level 1, am I fucked? No matter what?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's like WoW?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And...
So do people sit in low-level zones with high levels?
Well, there is no such thing as a low-level zone.
Oh, is there not?
No, it's kind of weird.
Skill like ESO?
Well, maybe no. It's not like that. I guess the starting zones are kind of low level, but you can kind of your quests can kind of scale. It's really kind of hard to describe because since it's about like taking over forts and zones, they don't usually camp low level zones. Like a bunch of high levels will go to a zone like Everfall, the starting zone, when there's going to be a war there. And you can, if you don't want to participate, just not flag for PvP and you won't be scratched, which I am a fan of. I also like the way they did their flagging. Your flag has to be set in town. And it can only be turned off in town.
So you can't just fucking spike it, kill someone, turn it off?
You can't do anything like that. Yeah, you can't even go see somebody, be like, oh, I want to turn on and go kill him. No, you got to get your ass all the way back to town, and there's no mounts, and there's no fast travel unless you're at a shrine. So, got to go again. I'm going to eat lunch. All right, Gab. Eat some food, man. If you have any left over, share. That's all.
Yeah,
yeah, so I do like that because you're basically committing to, I'm going to go PvP or I'm going to go quest. And if there's a bunch of people in chat saying, hey, I'm going to go PvP, you have to say, all right, well, let me go back to town. It's like it's kind of an annoying setup, but I think it's a fair enough setup to where you're not abusing the safe zones and things like that. Because also, like, if you go to a town and let's say you're flagged for PvP, and you run into a town, so you're safe, right? All the settlements are going to be safe, but you want to like try and use that as a barrier, like a safe zone, to where you can just kind of PvP again, like kind of go back and forth into the town at the gate. You can't really do that because you get stuck on a 30-second cooldown to be able to PvP again. So if you want to run, every time you run outside the town, let's say you see a battle going on right outside and you want to try and play that kind of barrier, the safe zone wall, you really can't because you have to sit for 30 seconds out there, outside of the town, to turn on PvP. So, like you flag, but then there's a cooldown, you have to wait.
Right. I'd probably stay flagged, but I'm sure I'd get fucking spiked the whole time.
Yep. Staying flagged is really, really bad because the spawn points are your campfires and the towns. If you're doing any PvE questing, unless you have a group, you're not gonna want to be flagged. It's a weird game, man. It's not bad. It is different enough that I'm happy about it. But you know, it could totally do more. I think it's gonna get a lot better down the road. A lot of people are already complaining about its end game, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're complaining about a game that's been out for a week? Like, well, they had so long to work on.
That's how every MMO is, right? Like,
Yeah.
their end game's always garbage as soon as it comes out.
That's why I don't rush to max level on these games.
Like, yeah, there's definitely no point to. In WoW, I definitely did, because their leveling journey was shit, and they had so many raids out of the time that...
Well, you were so far behind.
Didn't matter. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you joined, you said what, Pandaria?
4, yeah, like 3 or 4 expansions.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there was only, when I hit 60 in WoW, there was only 2 raids. That was Molten Core and Blackwing Lair. And black when I hit Molten Core, nobody was doing Blackwing Lair yet. Like only the absolute top guilds on some other server were even attempting Blackwing Lair yet. And they were not finishing it.
Right.
So at least those are the only two I can think of. If there were some others, I don't know. But I mean, Molten Core sucked. Like we all look back, like, oh man, the good old Molten Core date. Molten Core sucked. It was not a good dungeon. Not a good. No. But oh well. Oh, I'm just running out of here. I just came here for the freaking Sky Shard. Ah, come on. Yeah, I'm down to play so many different games. It's tough to stream so many different games just because, like, you know, you try to build an audience off of things.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah.
I think New World's probably your best bet right now.
I don't love it enough to do it. And I don't know that it is because there's so many of the big ones are playing it. I actually think that, you're not wrong, actually. Let me rephrase it. I think that most of the big ones are going to quit in the next month. Or they're going to go down to once or twice a week. Because there is not enough content. And people like Asmongold play for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, like I already know Preach.
Yeah.
Preach has already quit.
Yeah.
He's going back to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean...
Just because... He says he doesn't mind the game, he just doesn't think there's enough right now and he thinks it'll get better.
Yeah, I think he's totally right. Also, it's such a different kind of game from Final Fantasy. Like, and he just switched off from WoW. Ah, screw this place. So I think that's such a, like, Final Fantasy is a decent comparison to WoW when you talk about like the combat system and a lot of the inventory stuff. But New World is nothing like Final Fantasy. Like, I can't really make any comparisons other than it's massively multiplayer. Like, you only use 3 abilities per weapon.
I think it's like more similar to ESO.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is what I saw Preach and whatever comparing it to.
Well, that's one of the reasons I was playing, like, I was kind of tossing up between the two, was because King was talking in chat the other night. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know if I'd switch from ESO to this. He's like, they're so similar. Like, yeah, they are. They are in a lot of ways. I do.
The only reason I would was because of the not having to pay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I bought it for $40 over a year ago.
I guess if you like the other things that aren't PvP orientated, then stick with ESO. But I don't know.
I know I like them
if you're
both.
Just there for the PvP, like you might as well just not pay the monthly fee.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm with you there. I don't. It says I didn't do this delve yet. I thought
Oh, I like the delves. That was probably my other favorite thing about ESO, just exploring shit. No one picked up the key.
I did a delve earlier that was way longer than I thought. This is the Blackwood stuff. Because I logged in and I forgot what I was doing on this guy. Because the last character I played was my NIghtblade. I was like, oh wait, I finished the Blackwood story. I just needed to get the Sky Shards. And my dumbass made the NIghtblade to 50 or bust, and that is not happening tonight. I've not been leveling very quickly tonight. I've not been maximizing my time, so it is going to be a bust, I guarantee. I was 43 when I logged on, and I'm 45 now, so it's not like I did nothing.
Yeah, 2 levels within 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I did do this one over here. Alright, we'll screw it then. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go... Is there a main story in Gold Coast? There probably is, huh? Just teleport there. Try to do another battleground. Hopefully I can get the freaking daily done for it. I can do Undaunted now, so that's good.
That's good. It's a good start.
But this is every class except for Warden now. This is how I play MMOs nowadays because I can't really commit to raiding.
Oh, I've 100% done that in ESO. As I said, or not ESO, Final Fantasy. Just because
Yeah?
it's all in one class, though.
Yeah, oh, it definitely.
Like, I couldn't. Like, the biggest issue for me with WoW, ESO, leveling alts, and why I never wanted to do it was because you're doing the same quests over and over again.
Yeah, ESO, I would argue, is the best out of those choices. Because you're not doing the same quests.
Because you could go to a different zone and level there if you wanted to.
I've been doing that kind of on purpose with most of these guys.
Yeah.
I'll say, like, you know what, I haven't done that zone story. Or I'll say I really like that zone story. Let's go to that one quick. New World, I will say you will want more than one character. Because they're...
I thought you could play it all in one.
You can, but their stat system is stupid.
Honestly, like, I'll play one class probably, and that's it.
You might pick one and stick with it.
I'd probably play, like, one-handed axe and...
Hatchet's dope.
Like,
I like the hatchet.
Yeah, so I'd probably put, like, a hatchet bow, or hatchet... Probably hatchet bow, to be honest.
No, that'd be good.
Or, like, spear bow or something.
Stick with one of those, but the issue is if you want to switch to caster, man, the stat system...
I don't know how cool the Ice Gauntlet is, but that's probably the only way I would play caster, is if the Ice Gauntlet's cool.
It's pretty cool. I would say it's the most magic of all the magics in that game so far. They need to work on some stuff.
I was surprised there wasn't no, like, dual wield blades or anything like that.
Don't get me started, man, because right now I'm doing rapier musket.
Rapier looks cool, but I mean, like, I also hate rapiers.
No, it's a lot of fun. It's like the same damage as a hatchet. I really like the hatchet. It's about the same damage as a hatchet, but it's so quick, and it's all about dodging, and it's really fast.
Yeah, like, I like the playstyle of them. I just don't like the looks, like, the aesthetic of them. So, like, even with, like, Red Mage, like, I really like Red Mage. I just hate the fact, like, the way they hold their sword.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like, they're, like, leaning forward on their tips of their toes all the times.
Yeah, I can see that. See, zone guide. Continue zone story. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm with you. I would want two characters. Because I actually like the healing in that game. I think it's pretty freaking cool. But the healing stat is only in focus, and no other weapons gain anything from having focus stats. So if you want to do anything but heal, you have to split your stat.
Yeah, hopefully they'll change that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I complained about that last year in the first beta. I complained about that, and every time I played the beta, all three of them I did. I complained about that in the patch notes, or in the feedback.
Over
notes.
here, initiate.
I said, guys, like, make focus the primary skill for healing. That's fine, but you really gotta do, like, you gotta let intelligence be a stat, or have the secondary stat for Ice Gauntlet and Fire Staff or something be focus, right? And do like a lot of games do. I know they're trying to be different for different sake sometimes, but do what a lot of games do and make it like focus is regen, intelligence is magic damage and crit and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, don't. What they did is it made it so nobody wants to play a freaking healer unless they're gonna be all out healer.
Which is weird, because didn't everybody want to play, or didn't everybody play like the life staff in the beta? Like when
first beta.
When I was watching it, people were playing life staff. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, well, those are people that do it just for the group. So a lot of people respec right beforehand. The respec didn't seem expensive. I think I don't know if it scales though.
Well, the fact that you said it was free, like,
it's free before level 20.
Pretty cool.
It's free
just
until
like
level 20.
Try everything out.
Yeah. Same with the weapon specs. Until your weapon gets to level 10, you get it free on the weapons. I do like that a lot. So yeah, so you can kind of get an idea of like, oh, okay, this is actually how I want to play this character. Kill an innocent and anvil. I have to kill an innocent? Like, I think I have to turn that on. Can I kill this innocent?
Yeah, I'm glad I joined the FC I did, though, just because there's a lot of people in there who were doing the story at the same time as me.
Yeah.
just because, like, obviously I surpassed you a decent amount.
After
But,
I left.
yeah, but just like, there's so much in the story where it's like I just want to talk about it because it's
Yeah.
just so fucking like
That's true.
mind blowing and good.
It's like when
And
a bunch of
then-
people watching Game of Thrones or something.
Oh, I just watched this fucking TV show today, and I literally went on a fucking 45-minute rampage with Chelsea, telling her about this show that I watched, and she didn't give a fuck. But I was just so fucking pumped from this damn show that I watched that I
What
was
was it?
like, "This is epic." It's that new one on Netflix called Squid Game.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. No, I've seen all the
It's
YouTube videos.
really
of
fucking good.
people playing Squid Game on Roblox and shit. I don't know.
Oh, really? It's like some sort of Hunger Game bullshit, but
Yeah.
it's dubbed. Unless you want to watch it in Korean and watch it subbed.
You do want to
But,
watch it in
like,
Korean, yeah.
I watched it dubbed because I was working at the same time as I had it on.
Oh, I got
But
you.
like the story was, it was really good. There was like plot twists. There were deaths I didn't expect. There were like I fucking cried. And I was like, why the fuck am I crying right now? I was just like, why? Like, why is it so good? Like, I lost like all faith in humanity at one point. I was just like, wow, like
Oh my gosh,
humans
it's
suck.
murdered.
And it was funny because like it reminds me so much of like Hunger Games / like Lord of the Flies. Korean and
Right.
Japanese people just write like they write different shit. Like it just pulls on your heartstrings.
Their
Make you
version
feel
of
the same.
dark is very different than our
Oh,
version
it's
of dark.
fantastic. So, do you recommend it? It's only 8 episodes.
Okay. I'll get to it then. On my long list of shit. Oh my gosh. Okay, the reason I've been losing all night is all I'm getting is death matches. I don't know why I'm getting stuck with deathmatch only tonight. And I'm not set up for anything. And I'm also purposely playing first person. Don't hold it against me.
Why? I saw you doing that on YouTube. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing?
It's fun. It's fun when it doesn't matter.
Everything else.
Sure, take them!
It's like you're playing Oblivion. Got her. Oh, he got me. I'm just glad I got that healer. Jeez. He was rocking everybody.
Have you seen that? Like, are you coming back to Final Fantasy?
I don't know, man. I do need to pause. I had actually noticed my sub was still going. I do need to pause it. I don't know.
You should watch the class video that came out.
Definitely interested in a new class. It's so daunting when you take a break from a game like that.
I think that's why it made it so easy for me to not go back to ESS. When I took a little break from it, I was just like,
Yeah, this one's so easy to get back into compared to Final Fantasy, though. I say that because
you're an end game, I think.
Well, because of well, that's part of it, but just the bars. The fact that I don't need to set up nearly as much, you know.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Dude, it is. The way I had it.
I've changed my HUD like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, but you adjust your HUD. If I was to delete all your settings right now and say, all right, dude, go play some Final Fantasy, you'd be so
Taking like
fucking
10
annoyed.
minutes to set back up.
No bullshit.
No, I'm serious.
I'm serious.
I don't think it's that bad.
My
I
stuff
could
was
literally go
super
through
custom.
people and tell you exactly what you should put on. Because I've found like new settings as I go through. But maybe like I'm also more accustomed to the settings now, where like I know exactly where to go look in order to change what I want.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. Like when I was playing it, it didn't feel that bad because I was adjusting my UI. I was like, oh, let me move this over here. Oh, that looks better. Oh, let me add that. Oh, I don't need that ability over here, kind of thing. That was fine. Go take a month off, have it all gone, and you're like, dude, What do I do?
Son of a dog!
Welcome back, Gab. Gab does not want to do schoolwork today. Their team is just kicking our ass. All I'm really doing is trying to keep this healer busy. So I can't hardly kill her. Fuck. I can only reverse slice a Templar so many times. Come on, team.
Level 77.
I don't know. I may come back to it, but I do need to not pay for a bit and see if I can get back there. It'll be nice not having to start from scratch. I mean, what was I? Level 60 something?
Yeah.
So.
And you were.
I did like the gunblade. I think the gunblade kind of be my primary.
Yeah, a lot of people I play with in the FCs, they're like, we started as DPS, and I've never played anything else in any other game I've played, and now I'm playing healers and tanks and things like that, because they're all basically just DPS.
They are.
You have like, yeah, you're like a main DPS with like a sub tank, sub healer.
The gunblade is super DPS class.
Yeah, I feel like the DPS are actually the harder classes to play.
I think the rotations are more.
They're super advanced compared to.
And I think you get punished more for missing a rotation. Nobody's really mad at a tank if his DPS wasn't high enough. Like, they expect a certain DPS because that's the way the game is, but people aren't nearly as mad at a tank for like, oh man, I messed up my combo. And
yeah, and I'm just impressed when a DPS or when a tank fucking no DPS is me. It's like, you know what? Damn, man.
Yeah.
Because like we were doing these difficult trials the other night, and we had 8 people. And me and this other DPS were top DPSs, and then there was like a tank, and then there was a healer, and then there was like the other 2 DPSs, and then a tank and healer. And we're like, how the fuck is this tank and healer above those 2 DPS?
Yeah.
What's happening? They must not know their class very well.
Oh man. Yeah, I think the other reason why people are more willing to play tank and heals in Final Fantasy is that it is less commitment to try out.
100%, because I would not level a healer or level a tank.
Yep.
In case I get to endgame and dislike it.
Yep. I totally get that. A lot of people don't want to. You know, I told you the first time I quit Final Fantasy was because I was just leveling a healer as my main. It was terrible. Leveling it as an alt worked really well. Because I already had all the dungeons unlocked that my bard unlocked for me. So I just healed. That healer like a tank, never played ESO, so don't judge me. No, you're not wrong, man. That healer, it's a Templar. So it's basically a paladin. And I don't do nearly enough damage and I'm not PvP spec'd out on this guy. I'm just full on leveling spec. Like our team is getting crushed. We're second place, so I should look at my daily. But it's 465 to 90. It's nuts. I think I've gotten 4 of the kills. Oh my god. But I've also died at least 5-6 times now. Yeah, I'm not really spec'd out on this guy. I do want to try to spec that. What did we... Okay, good. Just a second. I do want to try the spec that King was talking about next time he's on. But yeah, that healer is basically a tank healer. And I do like Templars quite a bit. Templars are pretty awesome. This quest is going to force me to pay this bounty. Prial, man, this quest said kill an innocent in this town.
Hell yeah.
And I just had to kill freaking innocent.
Fucking murder him.
I'm okay with doing it. It's just you guys are forcing this on me. 46.5. That's why I wanted that daily. Yeah, so you're definitely not wrong, guy. The healer's definitely tanky. Let's see. PvP builds can be tough, you know, if you're not in kind of a PvP spec. That's actually one of the reasons I really like healing in PvP. Is because you don't really need a PvP spec. Really what you need is just good survivability and mana regen, and you'll be okay.
Stop, miscreant! Look, we all make mistakes.
I forgot, like, typically I've just played with you, right? And, like, maybe there'll be another guild that I'll be in at the time. So, like, there was one person I really disliked in my FC for ESO, or my guild for ESO.
Oh, yeah.
And now there's, like, 2 people I fucking hate in this guild.
Oh.
One of them is, like, a 21-year-old girl that just annoys the shit out of me. And the other one's, like, a 22-year-old guy who, like, knows everything. Like, music will play in the background. He's like, oh, this is this. I was like, that's cool, but he'll do it for every fucking single thing in the game. Well, actually, the story means this, and like this is how this goes, and this is like a reused skin of a boss from Final Fantasy 16 or Final Fantasy 27, and I'm just like, what? Like, I don't care. Stop talking, dude. I was like, so we fucking fun news.
I have not.
I was in an
seen
FC, and the guild leader was
yet.
from WoW.
No, I'm pretty
and
pumped,
they
though.
didn't play much.
When does it come out there? Is it the same time, hopefully?
So we ended up basically saying fuck him, and like him and his wife, who were the guild leaders.
Yeah.
And we just left. Like 7 of us who were the most active. We're just like, fuck it. Like, why would we stay in this guild where this dude just comes in and tells us rules and what we can do and what we can't do? When we don't see this person or care about him, basically, right?
You're such an American.
I'm an American?
You're acting very American.
Oh, I guess so.
I don't see and hang out with anybody that makes the rules for my life, and that's why every day I say fuck them.
You could spare a coin.
Well, this guy just pissed me off, so I left. Yeah. But anyways, we left, and then when we left, because we were the most active people in the guild, everybody else every single person in that guild messaged us, or one of us, being like, "Hey, like, where'd you guys go? Like, we want to game with you guys." Like,
right? Because what's the
and we're
point
like,
in saying that
we're not
otherwise?
starting a guild. We were just starting like a static where we were gonna do hard, like difficult stuff.
Yeah.
And then like 10 people, 15 people left the guilds, and it's only a 50-person guild, so
right. It's pretty
the
much
majority.
dead now.
It was pretty much dead. And then, like, when those 15 people left, the other people who weren't a part of it left as well. I think there were, like, 5-10 people left. And so he was pissed off. He's, like, bitching at us that we've ruined all his hard work for the guild. And we're like, what hard work? We haven't fucking seen you. Like, fuck off, dude. Leave me alone. He's like, I didn't tell these people to come with us. They just decided to come with us because they liked us better than you.
Yeah.
We were like, you were like an absentee father who just like came around and gave us rules, and we never saw you.
And I
so
you know what?
Now
he could have fixed this very easily by just like promoting people, and then just saying, "Hey guys, I know I'm not around much. I'm just gonna hold on to guild leader, but hey, these guys can run it."
He did do that. So the 2 guys that I hang out with most, they got promoted to officer.
Yeah.
But he was never on for like, I think he wasn't on for like 2.5 weeks straight.
Oh yeah.
And the guys were pissed off that I play with because they were basically being the guild leader without any benefit.
Well, what benefit is there of being guild leader?
Well, just like no access to the guild chest, no like no access to the guild funds, like any of that shit.
See, that's the kind of stuff you'd have to be able to delegate out.
Yeah.
Right. Like you should be. Can you do that? Can you give officers that power? Yeah.
Yeah, you can set up roles and do different things for different roles.
So he should have done that with like the most trusted people. Be like, hey man, I'm not gonna be on that often. How about you do this? You know what I mean? Like he could have kept everybody around if he had just said, hey guys, look, I'm not gonna be around that much. These 3 here can do most of it. They can do the guild chest. They can handle the majority of it, and they can just like message me on Discord if they actually need me. But I'm gonna be busy with other shit. Like, You know, I bet you everything would still be okay then. You know, it's like if he just kind of let it kind of ride.
I speak with the voice
See, my
of
thing
the
was is
Nightblade.
like I barely like I was one of the first people to join their guild.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I barely talked to I've barely talked to the dude. I think I talked to him like 3 times. So like when I was talking to the boys that I play with, I was like honestly guys, like the only reason I stay in this guild is because you guys are in this guild. I was like, if you guys were to leave, I'd fucking leave too, because I have no allegiance to this dude. I don't really give a fuck about him, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't play with him, so I mean, like, it's not like if I stop talking to him, I don't.
We shall see how well you
like anything changes in my
business
life.
with death.
There's a lot of weird guild
But
leaders
first,
out there that
allow me to present
they
you
want
with
a
a
certain
gift.
level of control that I
shall
don't really
teach you how to
understand.
pull upon a particular tool of
Because
Yeah.
like, because like he could have, like I said, he could have given everybody all the roles to do pretty
A
much
tool
everything
for
that he
dealing
does
death, of
without
course.
having to worry about
One
it.
forged by
I don't-
unseen hands.
'cause
He
it's
was,
not-
he was a power hungry dude. Like, he
The blade
wanted
of
people to
the
come to him, but when people came to him with
Wielded
issues
from
or
the
like
shadows,
concerns
its
or
edge
things
shall
like that,
deliver your
He
he
was
would
busy
basically
or
tell him
something.
no.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you coming to me? Like, go to somebody else. It's like,
Yeah.
well,
See, I don't
'cause
get
you
it.
wanted
Like
us to go to you.
the guild leader position, most of the time, you have 2 ways of doing it. Either one is a guy with a very specific vision of what he wants to do, a direction of how he wants to take things, and that's fine. You know, so everybody follow this guy and a few of his droogs. Now the other way is like, hey, look, somebody actually has to be on the charter as the leader because that's how it's made.
In return,
Yeah.
I
And
expect
then
only
it should just be like a
unwavering
group of
loyalty and
people.
ruthless efficiency.
Like it doesn't have to.
Now,
And he should
let us
just be
discuss
the
the task
final
before
say
you.
on a bunch of stuff. But really,
The
it should,
killing that
guild
shall
should run on
form
its
a
own
covenant
because there's no
between us.
profit.
the
That's the
imperial
thing.
noble, Lord
There's
Quintus
not like,
Gerald,
well, while I'm guild
has
leader, I
been
get a
marked for
special
death
mount
by
and I
the
get more
Black
gold than everybody.
Sacrament.
There's nothing like that going on.
Your task
you
is
know.
simple.
Yeah.
Find
So right
Gerald
now, I am
and kill him.
1/7 of a guild leader because we did just that.
That
We
isn't a
left,
question
and
we ask.
the 7 of us
Suffice
are
to
all
say he offended someone enough to
in
Officers
get
and
them to
charge,
children.
perform
basically.
the Black
Yeah.
Sacrament.
We have one person who's just the guild leader because
Because you have to
he
be.
knew
The noble's
he knew how to
estate
work
can be
Discord,
found
so
northwest of
he set it up.
Tamriel along the Gold
So
Road.
Exactly.
we were like, okay, like
How you
no
perform the
issue.
execution.
But he
Uh,
lets you guys do whatever.
Just
yeah, and
make
then all of
sure
us have the
Lord
same
Quintus
exact same
Gerald
permissions in the
dies
guild.
by
Like,
your hand.
That's what
We're
I'm
not-
saying.
Then
we're not
your
opening it up to
initiation into
people,
the
so we're not
Dark
even like
Brotherhood
inviting
will be
people to come with us because initially we were just planning on just the 7 of us doing hard
The
content.
Black
So
Sacrament is the ritual by which a
we
client
weren't looking
procures
to have a
Dark
guild, so we just
Brotherhood
invited the people
services.
who were a
you
part
wanted.
of,
Using an effigy of
Yeah.
the
well, just
intended
like who were a
victim,
part of the guild that
the
kind of
client
got
pleads for the
thrown
Night
in the
Mother
shit
to
'cause we
send
left,
an
'cause we
assassin
felt
to
bad
end
for
the
people.
specified life.
Unfortunately, the
With
2
no
people who annoyed the
remorse.
fuck out of me
No
got to
regret.
be invited too.
Well,
But I was like, you know what? They could come as long
To put it
as
simply,
we have private Discord channels that
There
they
you
the
go.
can't be,
lives of
so
the
I can just
innocent and the
fucking
guilty alike are
hang out with
ours
some
for
of
the
you guys and
taking.
not worry about them jumping in and me having to listen to them.
there you go. And you see now why I have locked and unlocked channels in this one.
Yeah.
Remember
Definitely
before
makes sense.
I didn't have any lock because this is actually Chuck's server. This is his Discord. I didn't have anything locked other than Dead already had the titties and beer one locked. That's just an admin only one. Everything else wasn't locked.
He
it
does
was-
play in that one. I was gonna join him one day and be like, "Hey, like, how's it going, man?" And I couldn't get in, so I was like, "Okay, well."
Yeah, you got a message. We could pull you in, but that one is the. I think that's really only. Let me double check. I think that's only him and I. I can't even edit permissions on this one. I can
I
change it
didn't
from
think I
being
could get
private.
into this one, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, you were the test dummy for this one.
Oh, okay. Because I saw there's a lock on it, and I was like, like,
yeah.
I doubt I can get into this.
So the only people that can get in titties and beer are Dead and I, and then whoever's in the frontline ones, which nobody's on right now, but the orange ones can get in. Other than that, yeah. So this one is underlings are so yellow and up. Everybody yellow and up. Basically, all this means is you just have to be like a quote member of the Discord, like
a usual or casual.
Yeah, not just anybody who has it, because I mean, there's not a lot of people in this one, but there's 30 people offline or 36 people offline. So you know, it was partially because like I think I mentioned before, it was actually partially because of Raymond. I like the kid.
Our unholy
One of the
there
guys,
will be
one of the guys that
Tamriel,
watched on
killing,
Facebook.
A series of the withered road.
But he would just pop in while I was streaming,
Oh, I think I muted him actually. I think he popped in when
Probably.
you and I were gaming at one point, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "This guy sounds annoying."
Yeah, and he's a nice guy, but there, you know, that's the boundary thing, kind of like you're talking about. You know, it's like I wouldn't mind pulling him in, but he would pop in while we're playing a game, and he'll be playing something different or not playing anything at all, and be like, "Oh, you're streaming?" And I'm like, "Well, if you already followed the Facebook page, so you would know that before you even came in." You know, is what I'm thinking in my head. I'm trying to be nice, but like that, you would know that, right?
So I think the one benefit with Facebook, by the way, now,
The
is
names.
Facebook always notified me. Even when I didn't want to be notified, Facebook always
Yeah.
notified me. YouTube, I don't find out you streamed is like 2 days later, where it pops up on my like homepage being like, "This video was uploaded 2 days ago."
Are you sure the settings are right? Because I
I'm
get
not
it every
sure.
time on mine. So
I
like
don't get it with any YouTube channel.
Oh, that might be why.
Maybe I just don't know how to set it up, and I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm just used to Facebook, where it automatically sets it up for me for no goddamn reason, and I don't want them.
See that's the line. Like, I like the auto notify being on when you subscribe to somebody on Facebook or something, but I don't like the spam, because the spam makes people just not want to come on at all.
Yeah, I think like on Facebook, I get an auto follow to whatever content creator it is if I watch a video for more than like 4 seconds.
Oh, that's not a thing. Unless
it is, because I'll go to their content, because I've seen their shit so much that like on my wall, and then it'll be like, oh, like you follow them. It doesn't say I like them or anything, but it says I follow them.
That's interesting.
And then I get like notifications. There was this chess dude I watched. I never liked him, didn't do anything like that, but I had watched him play chess a couple times, and then I was randomly following him and getting updates
really
every time he logged on or shit like that. So
yeah, Gab, that was Raymond. He was another one. He's another of the Filipino crew. He's a cool dude, but you know, he still pops in once in a while, but I've noticed that he'll only pop in when I'm playing a game that he's already like interested in.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but also like, you know, there's different kinds of followers as far as pages go. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and watch a game you don't like, you know. But like popping in and saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not gonna stay, that's life, right? But you know how it is.
It's funny lately, like I usually spam watch a game, right?
Yeah, you
like
get
I'll
into
watch
it.
a bit of it. Yeah, I'll get into it. I'll watch a video at all times.
Yeah.
With an MMO though, like that. Oh my god, our fucking healers. With an MMO though, like typically, especially this one, because the story is so important that I don't want to like spoil myself. And
Sure.
MMOs are kind of just like boring to watch sometimes, unless like you're
be.
trying to figure out a build. But in Final Fantasy, everybody's builds the same, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true. So actually, that was one of the reasons for a long time I wasn't actually editing anything, is because I had no content from Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing. Like I would record, and then I'd go through the footage, and I would say I don't even care. You know,
yeah.
Like
the only time the videos I've watched are the ones that are informational. Like,
right.
If Asmon's doing like some hard difficulty, I'll watch that just because I want to see like what his reactions or what his thoughts are on this, compared to like WoW or things like that. And that's a lot of the videos I've watched for Final Fantasy are just says you're gonna die. Okay.
Yeah.
You fucker.
Gab says, like, most Filipinos only like games on mobile because it's free, and phones are like what they can mostly afford, not PCs and laptops. That's a good point. I've noticed that quite a bit, especially on Facebook. Filipinos are much bigger on Facebook than they are on YouTube because, I don't know. Well, probably because of the phone, right? Because they're on Facebook, and mobile gaming streaming is so big on Facebook that it makes sense. Most Filipinos I do see streaming are mobile games. Like, not all, but that's definitely a majority I've seen. But I understand that though, 'cause especially when you say like, well, yeah, it's because we can't afford gaming PCs, and especially today, right? Gaming PCs are still so damn expensive right now. So I totally get that. Like it's one thing. Okay, so I actually like. Whoa, buddy. No, I'm gonna have another bounty. This quest chain is gonna be expensive. The one thing I really like about streaming MMOs, as much as I enjoy every other game. Okay, I should say two things I really like about streaming MMOs. One, oh, holy shit, that trap hurt. One is that I can actually pay attention to chat easier than when you play a game like Valorant. Valorant, you can only look at chat when you're dead, right? Or between rounds. Counter-Strike, Battlefield, those are kind of the same thing. They're fun, and they're fun to stream. But two is the crowd that comes through for MMOs in general are very different than...
Very chill.
They are very chill, and there's not, you know, okay, so case in point, like, Dead likes to stream Rocket League. And Rocket League's cool. I like Rocket League. I'm not very good at it. He is. I'm really not good at it. But the first thing everybody says is like, oh, hey, man, what's up? What's your rank? It's like, man, I get it. I get why they asked that right away, because that's just the kind of game it is.
They want to watch someone better than them or in the same league as them so that they can learn.
Yeah, or just to compare themselves to it or something, right? Like, there's a different mindset when you're playing competitive games in general.
Yep.
Clark! What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. It's pretty late for you. I actually figured you're already asleep, dude. But, yeah. So, I mean, I like to be able to go through the stories and stuff and be able to chat with people. Or even if, you know, the chat has absolutely nothing to do with the MMO that I'm playing, just be able to hang out. But, I don't know. It's just like a... Yeah, I know the viewership isn't usually as high for MMOs. Like, not just for me, but just, like, why? Like, Asmongold is the only big MMO streamer, really.
And I think it's just because, like, he's entertaining by himself.
Yes.
Like, I would watch him even if he didn't stream a game.
Yeah, and a lot of people do, and that's a good thing.
And
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest issue with MMOs is that you are the one that needs to be entertaining, not
It's
what
true.
you're doing.
Oh my god, who just hit me? Oh, I was in a tripwire. This place is nuts. I fully agree. I fully agree. And I think that, at least for me, that might be a good thing. Oh, well, don't worry if you, don't. It sounds like you're trying to apologize for going out and seeing a movie. Go see a movie. Go live that life, Clark. Don't worry about me. Yeah, well, I wasn't actually sure. I wasn't actually originally going to stream. But Colin didn't seem to have time for a movie night. And Heather worked crazy late. And as soon as Sophia went to bed, she just went right to bed. Many Saints of Newark. I've not seen that. Tell me all about it without spoiling it. Or give me the worst possible description of it. I'll take that as well. Yeah, so I've come to realize, and actually it's really funny, because Shroud just came to realize this too, because it took him a bit. I came to realize this, sadly, a long time ago. I'm not getting younger, dude. I'm not going to get better at these competitive games. I'm never going to go pro at this age, right? The likelihood is so low. People look at the pros that are in their 30s and they're like, wow, he's a real veteran in a long time thing on the scene, you know.
Ninja's cringy.
Yeah, Ninja is kind of cringy, because you can tell he's at least my age, I think, or at least he looks older than me.
So he's like 35, 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest thing though is like, I don't know. Have you seen that? I think the biggest cringe thing I saw from him though was that stupid. What's that game that everybody fucking plays? Or not plays, but it advertises. Shitload. It's the mobile game that.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. They made a ninja fucking character.
Well, he's got a character in Fortnite too, man. The guy's everything.
Yeah, but like he's the one advertising it, and he's like, "Oh, if you do this, you get me, him, me, him." I don't know. I'm confused. And like he's
Yeah.
talking to the camera about this, and it's like this is just like the cringiest shit I've ever fucking seen.
I think he's cringy just because at this point, you know, when he still has like the colored hair and stuff like that, and he's getting older, like he's trying to be. I don't know. I can't really knock him as far as professionally because he's done very well for himself. So even if he does just have to do some silly shit and kind of embarrass himself online, honestly, it's millions of dollars. So, you know, he can do that for a little bit longer. He's already quite well off. He can do that for a little bit longer and then just, you know, disappear from the internet world and laugh all the way to the bank, right? So,
Yeah, basically.
there's that too, but I'm with you. Yeah, but so I'm getting to that point, you know, it's like, well, yeah, I can play these other games, but when you watch a fully skill-based game, you normally just want to watch one that's really, really good or just really, really funny, and that's it. I was like, ah.
Yep. Or the other ones I'll watch with skill-based games are like bronze to whatever, like the rank up ones.
The newbiest of noobs?
Well, like typically they'll be pro players, but like they'll start a new account, go to bronze, and then level their
Smurfing.
way up to diamond or whatever.
That's smurfing.
I'll watch those ones.
That's like super frowned upon.
We'll be back in a sec.
I don't know Booga? I don't know. Don't know that one.
Seriously, Quintus. I appreciate you providing a safe place for our meeting, but
Eavesdropping on the secret meeting. Oh, I know which one you're talking about now, Clark. The prequel to Sopranos. I know. Okay, I know which one you mean.
But there's no safer
It does
place
look pretty
south
cool.
of Baron's Wall than
How
right
did you
here.
like it?
Vermin notwithstanding.
I don't know, Fortunata. This place seems to suit you.
that's no way to speak to your betters, Count Carolus. Speaking of which,
The one who won a Fortnite contest?
finally turned Kavacha
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
proper ruler.
I don't play a lot of Fortnite. I usually play it with my kids, and I always laugh so hard because
We have a more
I don't know if it's
pressing
just the lobbies I get or what, but the game seems so easy. I think I've only lost like 3 times.
I won't be spoken to in such a manner. But you're right. The dark
I usually
brotherhood
win, and it's so
strong
funny
in
because like
everything.
I kind of use my kids as bait. But hey, you know, it's because I can shoot better. I don't think they mind. They get excited if they get 1 kill. I get excited only after I get 10 kills. What you disliked was when the Italian woman spoke and it wasn't all subbed. Si no comprende. Gabagook.
I'm playing with one of the people I dislike.
Oh no.
They've died like 8 times.
Do you normally have to get in Discord with these people?
I don't have to. Like, I can not be in Discord if I don't want to be.
I've always found it hard when I joined a guild in ESO or something to do Discord outside of a raid or whatever, because you know I want to stream and I don't really want all that, and I mute myself in the Discord half the time anyway.
Victoria sends his regrets.
So
But cathedral business forced him to remain in Kvatch.
Yeah,
Indicates
I can
that
see
he'll
that.
Support whatever we decide.
I understand with like harder raids because you want
I
people to
Anvil with an
be able to
iron
do them,
thrust.
but like I'm doing
You,
dailies right now, and
glorified priest, walk
this
all
fucking
over
healer,
Kvatch.
the girl that annoys me,
I govern.
she's just bad. Like she she story skipped, so she skipped past everything, and then she
Oh, you mean
boosts
just
the
like click,
character.
like kept on clicking past, didn't read any of it?
No, like just paid the $40 to skip the entire story, go to endgame.
You can do that?
And then, yeah, you can do that. And then she continued asking me questions about the story. I'm like, don't fucking ask me questions about the story because you didn't fucking play it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fill you in on
It's one thing if you like
expansions
miss
and
something.
ARR.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're like, oh, I missed that part, because sometimes I skip through things, but I still did the damn quests.
Yeah, or people who don't get it. Like like my buddy, he'll read past something and not fully understand like what they're saying.
Yeah.
Or picking up like what they're putting down. And I'm like, I'll explain it to him, which
Sure.
I don't mind doing at all.
But he
like,
tried to understand it.
Yeah, she fully did not at all. So she asked me questions, and then she's just like really bad. So she boosted healer. She doesn't know what half the abilities do. She refuses to look at YouTube videos in order to like figure out what her abilities do or read the fucking tooltip. So, and she's just dumb.
What is she healing with?
She's playing astrologian,
astrologian, whatever. Yeah. Let's say, man, if you don't know what you're doing, play White Mage. I tell you, White Mage is the easiest healer.
Well, astrologian is supposed to be really easy too, but she just like it would be easy if you played it from level 1 to max.
That's a good point.
She didn't, right? She boosted to level 70, and then she played it for 10 levels.
Didn't even know you could boost to level 70, honestly.
Yeah. There's no point. There's no point to boost to level 70 unless you story skip to level 70.
Despite his holy station.
But then it doesn't make any sense at all because then you still have to play the game from level 70 to 80.
Intruders have penetrated the estate.
And none of the story is going to make sense because you didn't see any of the previous shit.
I think the only reason to do it is if it's like your second account or something.
Secure the halls. Make sure no one follows us.
But even still, there's still a lot of things.
Like I paid paid $25 to boost a character to level 70.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was like, whatever. Like, I've done the game. Like, I boosted a tank.
Yeah.
I had gotten my tank up to level 60. I wanted to try the paladin, so I boosted the paladin to 70. And then I was playing that there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but you didn't miss out on anything really,
I
other
didn't
than
miss
the
out on-
class
other than the
quests.
class quest, which I didn't really care about anyways. Plus, I had heard the paladin class quest just wasn't great, so
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, might as well. But yeah, so she's doing all these things, and now I'm in a dungeon with her, and she doesn't know the mechanics of the dungeon, which Final Fantasy does really good. On like the mandatory dungeons, kind of like slowly introducing you to like how a mechanic would work.
Yes.
And then they'll pile like 5 mechanics on top of each other at like level 80.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
like you kind of know what they are because you've seen them scattered throughout the story. But she doesn't know like, oh, like there's this one here. Oh, I have to stack here. Oh, I have to like stand on this one because it's gonna detonate a little bit after the second one does.
She was a WoW player, wasn't she? She was a late WoW player.
She was a WoW player.
A late WoW player, not an early WoW player.
And it's just like, oh
I
my
can get,
God.
well, yeah, because she's only 21. You said, so she's
Yeah.
a late WoW player. That's a big piece of it, man. WoW is so big on boosting. Like they advertise it like crazy. They want people to do it.
So she started playing with the guild leaders of the other one.
Yeah.
So she's was their friend from WoW because she played with them in WoW. But I guess her the guild leaders played for like 5 days without her, and she thought like they were gonna be at max level by the time she came back. So she bought the story skip, and then when she came back, like they were like level 30.
Right.
So that she was like, oh, like what the fuck? And I was like, well, you should have just fucking
Message
you know,
them.
start a new character, message them, do something, right?
Right.
Because like the whole point, everything relates to the story. Everything. Even your end game trials or end game raids have something to the
Yes.
story. So we're like fighting this big boss, and she's like, "Oh, like who's he?" And I'm like, "Well, that's like a character from pre-ARR, like."
Yeah, it's like fighting La Brea and like, who's La Brea? Like, come on, lady.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
We're
this is
Thancred.
Show yourself,
We're
assassin.
Thancred.
Or are you another one of those?
And she's like,
brotherhood
"Oh, like I
cowards
thought
who prefers to
Alphino
strike
and
from the shadows?"
Alize were just introduced to like level 70." And I was like, "No, they're literally the first people you meet in the game. Like, they're on the road with you." And so it's just like all these silly things. It's like you cause your own issues, and I don't like. The next thing that pisses me off, and I don't know why this does, but like she'll join the Discord when like me and like 2 other guys are doing something together, basically.
Yeah.
But she'll join while she's driving home from work
Oh God.
in her car, It's like she'll be talking to us and telling us about her day, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't.
I know, dude. You know what? This is a feeling that you might not have had in the past. Is that, and she doesn't have this yet. She's never really dealt with a guy who does not give a shit about her. We're gonna get on some gender role things here. You've been in a relationship with your lady for quite a long time, and you're coming up on kid number 2, right?
Yeah.
Name one thing this woman can actually offer you.
Nothing.
Exactly.
She
And
was like,
I think that bothers the shit out of her. Like,
well, she was like hitting on me like initially.
that's what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, she probably does to everybody, to be nice and flirtatious. You know, I mean, a lot of women do learn early that if you're just flirtatious and nice, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're hitting on them, but if you are that way, people tend to like you better, at least for initial things. But, you know, if she's at all pretty and she's nice, then she probably gets things handed to her quite often. And here you come, and you don't give a shit about her. Dude, this is something I actually talk about quite a bit with girls in video games. In the past, I think like some of Chuck's friends and stuff. There's one girl, I don't know. I was talking shit probably. I'm sure I started talking shit in the conversation, but I remember telling several times females, I'd tell them like, you're just a guy anyways. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, look, we're never gonna fuck. So
You're one of the dudes.
yeah, we're never gonna fuck. So I don't care. Like, be here, play games, and you know, have good conversation and stuff. That, yeah, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl for any of that. But your genitalia does not offer me a thing. You know, I don't care. Like, you're just another dude. It doesn't matter.
Makes sense.
That's equality to me. I don't know about you. I'm treating you the same way I'd treat anybody else who annoyed the shit out of me. I don't know, man. I think this actually has something to do with it. A lot of girls are used to having that attention, and like a guy would actually want to hear about her day, or at least pretend to want to hear about her day.
Yeah, there's some guys who are like, oh, like, yeah, oh, that sucks. She's like, my parents are getting divorced. Like, my dad's been cheating. And
like, yeah, cool.
Like, he wants to continue cheating and for us to still be a family, but as long as my mom allows him to like cheat one more time and stay in like this I love fatties group. I'm like, why are you telling me this? I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, this is information that you only give to people that you're actually really close with.
Right? I was like me and one of the dudes, like we game every single day basically together.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just found out that he is still a student in school. And I was like, I literally game with him for like 4 hours every single night. Like,
yeah.
I don't, like, there's no reason to talk about personal shit unless it's relevant or unless somebody asks you.
Yeah. Well, once in a while, you and I talk about pretty personal shit, but it's usually off stream, and it's not.
I mean, you and I also talk. And
yeah.
We've known each other for a while.
About a year now.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, but I mean, it has to. I think that those kinds of conversations should only be with the people that you know, at least in some capacity like that, and it should be solicited in some way, or like accepted. I don't know. Like, I would feel bad if
talk about it in order to get there. Yeah. I guess. But like, I ask you, like, oh, like, how's Heather and the kids?
Right.
Like,
and then that starts a conversation about the kid, and then I give up the information I feel comfortable giving up.
Yeah.
Right. Things like that. Not like, hey guys, this, you know, I don't know. I agree. Like the calling while driving home thing is a really big thing for me. I've been in some guilds where dudes do that. I never had it with girls doing that, but I've had it with dudes do that, and like just because they just don't want to miss out like on the conversation.
Right.
And I actually kind of feel bad for them because like
that's why she's in our guild right now, because I felt bad for her because her parents are. Her parents are getting divorced, and her two friends that she actually played with were the guild leaders that everybody abandoned. So,
yeah, but I mean,
I felt bad for her, so I was like, fine, you can come, but I don't want to play with you.
21 and single, lady. Go do something, you know?
If I can find one dude, give him a little bit of attention, and I'm sure you could
be fine.
Have a boyfriend.
Just find a dude that isn't basically married with a kid and a half. Like that's kind of the thing.
Like, oh, if anybody does this story, everyone's like, your voice sounds really good on Discord, and I'm just like, Yeah, but, like, I have like 2 kids and.
Yeah. Is she American?
Yeah. She also guessed where I lived, which is creepy as fuck.
She what?
She guessed where I lived.
Like in the town? Or?
Yeah, the exact town. Because I was like, oh, like, yeah, like, I'm from Ontario. And she's like, oh, like, okay. She's like, I have a couple friends who live up there. And I was like, yeah, like, I just live a couple hours north of Toronto. Very basic information, right?
It's not very hard to figure out. Actually, I looked at the map once. I was like, I'm curious where that is. And I think I figured it out. I just don't remember the name of it. But it also isn't something that mattered to me. Like.
But she was like, oh, like, Aurelia? And I was like,
yeah.
Yeah? How the fuck do you know that?
Right.
You fucking creeper?
Yeah. See, like when people ask where I'm at, I just say the Omaha area. Like I'm not even in Omaha.
Well, that's why I said
Reporter.
the Toronto area.
Yeah, exactly.
Toronto's very generic. People know Toronto.
Toronto Metro.
Most people don't know.
Some little not tiny town, but no, some random town in north of it. They should report
in Ontario don't know where fucking Aurelia is. Why the fuck would some random girl in the States?
It's a good question.
She's like, oh, like that's actually where my friend lived, and I was like, well, it's fucking small world.
You're allowed, hey, Gab, you're allowed to drive on your phone here. Depends on where you are. This is one of the he was saying reporter for driving on her phone, like as a joke. One of the weird okay, so the U.S. in general, we have some weird shit. Obviously, there are some pros and cons to our statehoods. Federal laws are very hard to make. Most laws are left to the state, unless it's certain things. Every state has different laws on whether or not you're allowed to drive while holding your phone, while texting, while operating your phone, or required to be hands-free only. So my state technically is required to be hands-free only, right? Which most states are nowadays, and that's actually really recent where I live, by the way. Which I was.
You just drive across the border and get in trouble.
You can, yeah. So like if you're holding your phone, oh sorry, I bumped my mic. Sorry for the stream. If you can be holding your phone and driving in most, well, you could be before when I moved here originally. They did change it. You'd be holding your phone and driving, and not get a ticket, right? Like up to your ear, like talking. Which nowadays, I mean, every car is freaking Bluetooth. So come on, dude. But recently they passed it here where operating your phone, like texting or whatever else, is illegal. The problem is that I actually asked a cop about it because I had a flat one day and I didn't have a spare on this one car I had, so I was waiting on a tow. And a cop was like, he parked behind me just so nobody would rear end me. And I asked him, I was like, dude, that lady was texting on her phone, right? He's like, yeah, she's texting. I was like, what do you guys have to do with that? And he said, it's a secondary. I said, well, what do you mean by a secondary? He said, technically for the police, it's a secondary ticket, so they can't pull you over for it. It's not a primary reason for a traffic stop. It's only something if I also saw you using your phone, which is very hard to do, like on its own, then I can pull you over for it. Or no, I can give you a ticket for it, but I can't pull you over for doing it. I can only give you a ticket for it. I was like, dumb, right? Just like a dumb little added ticket instead of, I don't like people that use their phones when they drive. I like Android Auto. I know not every car has it, but I like things like that.
Okay, like we have Bluetooth that we'll use.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah,
but
you can totally Bluetooth Discord. You can totally.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. Gab was just being silly about it, but I agree. Like I've known dudes that go in back when we had like Ventrilo and TeamSpeak. They'd have it on their phones, and they'd come in and be like, "Hey, everybody, what are you doing?" Like, "Oh, we're just doing a dungeon," and they go like, "Well, I'm driving home from work." Like, all right. It's like, well, and we'll be like, "Well, man, the raid isn't for like 4 hours." So he's like, "Yeah. I was just seeing what everybody's up to." It's like, oh. That sounds like a message. That sounds like, maybe you should just drive. We'll talk later. I kind of feel bad for those guys because I feel like they don't really have anything else to do. I don't know. There's not much traffic on Dead's place. Where does Dead? Dead lives about 10-15 minutes away from me. Yeah, but Dead does live in a different city technically. And county. I live in a different county and city than Dead does. Oh, there's a lot of traffic. Yeah. Actually, I think Dead was actually telling me that we're rated as like the #1 occurrence of accidents in the United States. So that's cool. Like not deadly accidents, but accidents in general. So that's fun. Yeah, well, we actually have quite a bit of traffic up here. But Dead, well, I think the difference is Dead doesn't really drive. I think in the last year, maybe he put 1,000 or 2 miles on his car. He's just not that he doesn't like to drive. He just, you know, right now he works from home like I do. And he doesn't really drive that much. He also lives a lot closer to things than I do. For the most part, he lives in more walking distance to some stuff than I do, and a lot of the times when I do drive, it's because I have to take a kid or something like that. You know, I'd be okay with taking a bike or walking to something sometimes, but I mean, I live in the suburbs, so there's nothing really right next to me. Like I might be okay taking a bicycle to the store, but if I'm bringing a kid, there's no way. No, he's not on commute anymore. But he will be again if they make him go back to the office. Yeah. Or when. I don't know. If they do. My company keeps trying to make me come back into and make all of us come back in. They just keep pushing it back. No, we don't have any commutes though right now. My wife does like crazy. But in fact, I'm gonna talk smack. She hit one of those like gutter holes for the sewers yesterday. Might enjoy this cryo. She hit it so hard she got air.
Jeez.
Yep. It put a big old like rip in the sidewall of her tire. So I had to go get a tire replaced, which is under warranty. So it was only like $30 to get renewed warranty on it. On the new tire. And then since my dad's a manager at a shop down here, I took it to him for an alignment, and man was it out of whack, because I put the new tire on, so I had her take it home. I took the tire off, took her to Discount Tire, replaced it, and I test drove it, and I'm like, man, this wheel is cockeyed. The wheel was not cockeyed yesterday. Like something is wrong. So I had to go through all that yesterday. The alignment was so out of whack. But it's all good now. There's a brand new tire on there, so.
Get it all fixed.
Yeah, it's all set now, but it was, holy cow. We got lucky that it was just whacked the alignment way off. Because, like I said, since my dad owns the shop, luckily for me also, I didn't have to pay for the alignment. So it was more of a time investment thing than a financial investment. But if anything broke, then it would have been screwed. Which is better, work at home or office? Both. A bit of both. I don't know. My favorite time working at the last few companies I've been at around here has been a hybrid, where I get to go in a couple days, or I can go into the office for a half day or something like that. LTDstore.com. I think that's been my favorite, because I do like to get out of the house. I do like to go see some of the adults I'm working with. For collaboration reasons, it does actually help, even though a lot of people will argue it doesn't, but for me it certainly does. Because when I'm home all the time, I can get in my own little world. I'm not saying I don't get the work done, it's just interpersonal relationships, inter-office relationships are kind of a thing, you know. Getting along with people sometimes is
Meet me
easier in
at
person
the
too.
entrance to these caverns.
100%.
Once you're certain all
Sometimes
of
I
the
can see him.
Keep my coworker if he's if I'm talking to him over just or Teams.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck, I hate you so much.
Yeah. No, I do that quite a bit. I'm like, man, fuck this guy. Like they'll send me like, oh, I'll be like, you're sending me more shit? Come on. And then, but really, like, if you step back and look at it, like, well, that's kind of your job, like, right? But yeah, so sometimes the office part of it's good. But it's not necessary. I don't think the office is a necessity anymore, which is why I did like before all this being sent home stuff. I liked I'd come in and I'd leave around lunch and then finish the day at home. The reason I like that is, you know, you're saying, yeah, but at least I get to see my kid. Yeah, I get to make sure that I'm home. With that model, I would be able to make sure I was home when my kids get home from school or from daycare, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that I also didn't need extra daycare either. So that's what's really nice about it. So, you know, one, of course, I need to spend more time with them. Usually, like, after school, and if I'm still working, I'm like, well, just go upstairs and have a snack and stuff, go do your thing. But I don't have to, like, pay a babysitter because they're not really old enough to be on their own. I don't have to, you know, make sure there's after-school programs in place and rush back and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, all the whole deal.
I'm gonna get any time with Callan right now.
No, what's up?
Even from working from home. Because Chelsea's gone back to work.
Yeah.
But she's working from like 6:30 to 4:30. So she'll drive home, get here at like 5. Callan will go to bed at 5 because he needs to wake up at 4:30 in order to go to work with Chelsea. So like I see him for maybe half an hour.
So like he has to get up early for feeding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and to go to work with Chelsea.
And Sea of Thieves. Yes. Add Sea of Thieves into that. Ah, man, that sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. So I'm hoping she can stop working soon. The hours have gone down a little bit. I think you needed 6 hours before, and you only need 4 hours now.
Okay. Talking about for the maternity leave stuff?
For mat leave.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the fence about how they're working right now. Like, we're finishing off her loans. They're almost done. I think there's only like, I don't know, 11, 12,000 left. It's not bad. But I mean, I want her to work. I just don't know if I want her to keep doing this job as long. Because the hours are, well, they're sporadic. Like today, she had to go, like Tuesday, she has to go in early for like this meeting that they do, whatever, cool. So she goes in early, leaves like right after 7 or something. Okay, fine. But then she didn't get home till like 7:30. No, 8 today because of this case and had to go do this thing because, you know, she's doing social work. So like the time that she can meet with people, sometimes like if it's a case that she has to do, the only time she can meet with this person is when that person is done with work, right? She has to do late shit just because that person isn't done with work or something like that, and it's really crappy for the hours or for the pay. Like,
right.
To me, the pay isn't nearly enough. No, I mean, she's basically a brand new career though because she just graduated in December. So
that was quick.
Yeah, so she's like entry level in a way, right? Like straight out of college.
The Queen's eyes.
So that's kind of the only reason she's kind of putting up with it, because like right at this point you still need like experience and stuff like that for other jobs.
You can get.
Yeah, and I mean it's not terrible pay, and honestly for me it's nice having the extra money, but I also don't need the extra money.
I thought about that the other day because I used to think you were fucking nuts.
What?
For just like making enough that she didn't have to work. Like if I made that much, I would probably still want Chelsea to work because the more money the better. I thought about it the other day and was like, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't. Like maybe I'd be pretty happy with her staying at home. But then Callan would be home and I could see Callan more often. And
I don't think I've told you how much I make now, but I'm not gonna say it on stream anyway. it's not ridiculous or anything. But you see, I think the difference is that about like her working or not is that she never did. She tried a couple times, and you know, we had to move or we went overseas and stuff like that for, you know, I had orders from the army. So we always budgeted and built that budget around her not working.
Right.
But we also built like daycare budget and stuff around the fact of her not working, which is different, right? And she didn't have student loans because she was a student forever, and I didn't have student loans because I don't do that college stuff.
Yeah, college.
Yeah, but even if I did, I still have my GI Bill, so I wouldn't have to pay for it that much anyways. But either way, that's not the point. Yeah, so the only real reason, like, I really want her to be working is it's not really financial, but like you're saying, yeah, any extra money is definitely extra money. I've been salary for a very long time, and I could work 100 hours and make the exact same as if I worked 10 right now. Oh my god, I'm about to die.
Yeah, and I'm not like that. Primarily.
Yeah, so, I mean, as annoying as hourly can be, the benefit, of course, is that you do have the potential to earn more income. Oh my god.
I think the thing is, I typically don't. After my 40 hours, I'm like, you know what, I'm good, because I also freelance on the side, so...
Yeah. Oh, I totally get it. And you want to see kids and stuff. Like,
yeah.
You have to balance how much money's worth, but...
Yeah.
No,
and then
so...
if it's less, then it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm not getting paid my 80 hours for the bi-weekly.
So also, one of the reasons, though, isn't necessarily the money, is that now that, like, my youngest is 3 this month, you know, it's less and less need of a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
And I'm not trying to talk smack, but she's not a homemaker. So it's not like there's not like a gained benefit from her being home full time.
Chelsea's pretty good as a homemaker.
Right, and everybody's good at different things like
Dinner's
that.
always made, everything's clean at all times.
Right. That's no.
Obviously now with a baby it's a lot more difficult because she has to feed the baby every.
Wait till you double it, right? It only. Yeah. That's why my brother told me a long time ago, having more kids is multiplication, not addition.
He's starting to crawl though.
Yep.
Like he's crawling down pretty good. Like I'll stand at the end of the hallway and he'll just crawl over to me.
Oh, that's cool. And
he'll like put his little arms on like my body and like pull himself up to stand.
And now you gotta watch everything.
Yeah.
Now everything. You know what's funny is you're gonna notice everything in your house starts to shift up. Like vertically. So like you'll start putting stuff on the couch. Oh, now we can reach the couch stuff. Now you gotta put stuff over on the top of the couch. Oh, now I gotta put stuff on the counter. Well, yeah, it felt like she was gonna be a student forever. And honestly, I think she's gonna go back to school again. I think she's gonna go for a master's to really get in the career field that she wants long term. But you know, we kind of came to an agreement like let's pay off your bachelor's before and see what kind of jobs you may or may not like in this in general. Before going full-blown masters, just to find out that you hate it all. Like,
yeah, you
know, it's tough, but like let's do that for now, because I think we talked about recently. I think the master's program that she's looking at, it's like 2 years long, so and it's a full-time program. So you know, it's tough. It's no joke. It's certainly not something I could accomplish, I'm sure, or I just wouldn't have the desire to.
I miss school. And you?
I don't know.
I hated it when I was in it. Not really. So I hated the homework, but like now that I'm not getting homework, I like miss having a project to work on anytime I had downtime or anything like that.
Oh well, that's
or like the social aspect of it.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
Go get a hobby. Go get into a
hobby.
No, get like a if you're feeling that, then like a physical hobby might be really beneficial.
I need to go to the gym, to be honest.
Well, I think we all do, but you know what I mean, like some kind of physical hobby, like carpentry or something, or biking. You know, Heather's brother actually recently got into rowing really big. That's been his exercise for a while, and he's found some really cool friends out of it.
We did well,
Started
my
doing some
friend.
rowing competitions.
I
Of course, it's really good for your health because it's a lot of exercise. So like, he just has a rowing machine, and then he meets up with a rowing club, I think, once a week. And there's a social aspect. You're getting a physical hobby, and it's healthy, and that's a project that you can like measure and maintain on yourself too. So I thought it was pretty interesting when he said he got into rowing. I was surprised because he used to be in a CrossFit, and I used to pick on him for it. It's like, yeah, you're in shape, but you do CrossFit.
I went to CrossFit once or twice.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Like, I didn't hate it, but I mean, the only reason I went was because I was doing an internship at a web agency, and they were working with a CrossFit person, and she gave us a free membership, so I went and checked it out. It wasn't awful. It was weird, but I mean,
It's the
like,
people
weird
I
how,
don't
like, it was just weird how like everybody was so supportive and like there and watching you do things because you do everything as a group, and it's just like, like okay, thanks.
It's not bad. It's just it does kind of feel like it's a little culty thing, but that's a whole different story, I guess.
Yeah, it's like different.
Yeah.
Did you see the Left 4 Dead game coming out?
Are you gonna tell me that Left 4 Dead 3 is coming out?
It's called Back for Blood.
Oh yeah.
But
It's like
made
one
by
of
the
the
same
devs.
developer.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's zombies.
Yeah. No,
And
I've seen
the
that.
logo looks very similar. I haven't actually seen it yet. It just popped up on my.
I actually watched somebody play a preview of it like 6 months ago. They had a alpha demo. And it looks really good. I thought you were about to tell me that Valve came out with a 3 of something.
No.
I know you were lying.
I haven't seen it yet. It was just.
It does look good. If you're into Left 4 Dead, it looks good.
I enjoyed it, but like I enjoyed it as a kid. I don't know if I'd enjoy it now.
As a kid.
Well, I just mean like playing the same 8 levels over and over again, which I did with Left 4 Dead because there wasn't much content.
Left 4 Dead 2 had a
I
whole
played
bunch
once.
of online stuff that was really good.
See, but I didn't have any of that.
And then they also had, it's really good on modding. Like
Yeah,
I
didn't
have
any of that.
Yeah, I have Counter-Strike guns for most of my guns in Left 4 Dead 2. I think Clark, if you're still in the chat, I think Clark had Teletubbies. Was that you that had Teletubbies? That's the zombies?
Like you're killing,
Yeah. I think one of them had Stormtroopers too. You could do Stormtrooper. All sorts of stuff, man. You can do it. But those games are never $60, which I think is a big piece of that. Right? Those games are always Half-Life. Yeah, they're Half-Life mods.
Nothing sharpens the claws.
Yeah, Clark said
like
he had the
dispatching
Teletubbies, yeah.
Opinia.
Yeah, they're Half-Life mods. So Half-Life mods don't usually cost $60. Like Counter-Strike was 20, Day of Defeat was 20, Left 4 Dead was 20 or $30. Team Fortress, I think originally was 10 or $20 when they did a retail release, but I think ultimately that's free now. I think.
Did you see the? I just put that video in chat for you.
I'll have to check that.
You should check out the summoner. It looks fucking sick. What they've changed it to.
Change the summoner?
Yeah, they completely reworked the summoner, and they added the Reaper and the Sage inside this thing as well.
The Reaper looks
showing
cool.
you all the abilities.
Yeah. Sage, I'm just glad there's another healer. Is Sage ice? But is Sage ice? Is it?
What do you mean ice?
Is she a ice healer?
No, she's all about like technology and lasers and
okay,
fucking cannons and shit.
I just would have been really disappointed if they made the Valorant Sage. That's all.
No, it's literally like all technology, and she's like that healer class in WoW, where like you heal somebody by dealing more damage. So you deal damage and it heals people around you.
I don't know that one. I mean, I know Shadow Priest could do that.
Yeah, it wasn't Shadow Priest. But, and then they're adjusting Astrologian to be more like a shield mage.
That's good.
So then Scholar and Astra will be a shield mage. Or sorry, no. Sage and Scholar will be a shield mage, and Astro and White Mage will be like the heavy heals.
Good. I like that. I think it's smart moves. I still think they need to do some branching of their classes.
I don't mind it now. I definitely did in the beginning. But I mean, now that like I've tried the other classes, it definitely feels like everybody's a DPS. So even if you are, I did want the phrase where you could like branch out and be like, oh, like I want to be a DPS warrior. Like you feel
yeah,
like a DPS
I want
warrior?
that. Well, I don't know. I do want that, and I want, you know me, because I really do like the Bard. I was really kind of disappointed on how it kind of was ending up. Like, it's still fun to play, but I think they easily could have done an Archer or Marksman or something style of play split from the Bard. Like, split from Archer. Because Archer turns into Bard and Bard only. It begs the question, why isn't the whole class just called Bard? Why isn't the class a Bard class from day one? Why do you start as an Archer and then become a Jester?
Because you're basically still an Archer.
But why do you
like even looking at the level, 80 rotation, like you basically all your abilities are bow abilities, and you have like group buffs that are music.
They are, and I'm not saying that that class is bad or anything, because I do still like that class. I'm just curious, like, why have an Archer and turn it into a Bard? And why can you only do it in the Bard? I think that's why I like the Summoner Arcanist thing.
Yeah, and they're trying to steer away from that, I think.
Actually, they steered away from the thing I actually liked about it.
Yeah. Well, just because, like, it's the only one, I think.
Yeah.
So they're trying to steer away from that.
Yeah, I say pivot into that.
Right. I've liked it because Summoner has been one of my favorite classes. Like,
That's
when
good.
I leveled my Summoner, I leveled my Healer.
Yeah.
So technically I have 2 level 80 classes, even though I play one the majority of the time.
Well, think about how many more bards there would be for raids if you did that with like an Archer Marksman and then an Archer Bard. You could go full on, like the Rift Bard was like a full on support.
They'd have to add a shitload more classes though, in order to even that out. Now, at least.
Maybe, yeah.
They'd have to add an Archer for like Black Mage. They'd have to like add something else, maybe like an Electricity Mage or something, like something to split it off into.
Yeah, but
they'd
I
have
would
to have like 6 classes.
I would say I would much rather play an Electricity Mage than a Black Mage.
Yeah, because Black Mage is all fire and ice. You do have lightning abilities.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that if I was the one doing some of these things, that's how I would have looked at it. Because I'm with you. Like, I would still like to have a DPS warrior and then, you know, a tanky warrior. And I know what you mean, that they all kind of feel like tanks anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'm with you.
Yeah, like, it's honestly the one game that I've actually enjoyed playing multiple classes. Because, like, ESO, the only reason I leveled an alt was because I wasn't having fun as my warden.
That's what you
otherwise, I would have just... Well, right? Like, otherwise I would have just stuck with the warden for the entire game and not ever played another class.
Sure.
So, like, this game, like, every class I've played so far feels completely different from the last one. And it just feels good. Feels something different each time. But again, that extra 150, 300 experience bonus that you get for leveling a class that isn't your main is
that's a big help. Yeah.
Yeah. So, not bad. I think I had like 520% bonus experience one day. Because I had like the rested experience, and I had like earrings on, and I had a ring on. And
I think that ESO could actually do a lot of benefit to the game if you just could do dual skill point or multiple skill point spec per character.
Just even have like save specs. Say like you have 2 specs, you can have like save and preset that, and then edit it, and then you can have like another one to switch into, and
that's what I'm saying,
it's automatically preset. Yeah. Kind of like making that Alpha Gear mod into an actual thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And just with your skill points too. Yeah, Back for Blood, man. That's what Cryo was talking about. Saying it looks pretty interesting. I hope it's good because I'm down for more zombie games.
I think it's on Xbox. I'm hoping it's on Xbox Ultimate, so I can just get it for free.
Yeah. Well, if it's on Xbox Ultimate, yeah, if it's on Game Pass, you can get it on Xbox. If it's on Xbox Ultimate, then you can get it on PC usually. So hopefully it's on PC. I have a feeling it will be, since it's people who are used to coding the Source engine.
Oh, fuck. They changed the summoner, though, so that you summon one of the 3 main primals, and they augment your abilities depending on which primal you summon.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
So you'll summon Garuda, and then all of your abilities will be like Wind's Garuda abilities.
Oh.
For like a minute. And then like you'll summon Ifrit, and then you'll be like this melee fucking fire class for like 30 seconds.
That is pretty
And then you'll
sweet.
summon Titan, and you like summon like these earthquakes, basically. It's like depending on what you summon, change your abilities. And they've taken away, because like Summoner used to be like this dot class, which is why I liked it.
Yeah.
Because I like putting dots on things. So they've removed every single dot from the class and have changed it to this. So I'm hoping I like it. If not, then I really like my ninja and my machinist.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on the dots, man. I liked. That's what I liked about like warlocks.
Yeah, and that's basically what the Arcanist or the Summoner was basically a warlock.
Yeah.
Whereas like I guess this, like what they're changing it to, is similar to like what a real Summoner has normally been in Final Fantasy the last multiple games. Where
Yeah,
you
this guy.
summon, like giant primals. And augment your abilities.
This dude's not giving me the chance to pay a bounty. He's just attacking me.
Take the sword, demon.
I just have to sit there and let him kill me so my bounty could go away. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I didn't even notice the time. See, I have not actually stayed. I gotta say this. All right, I haven't played with you in a while. Not that we actually play together. But,
A moment of your time.
yeah, well, normally by this time I'm pretty beat. Some of it is this game is not really exhausting. Like some games can be like, yeah, you know what I mean. Games can make you tough. Yeah, but no, it's good. I haven't talked to you in a while, and I don't know. I was like pretty awake. I'm like, I just looked over. I'm like, oh fuck, 12:30. What?
Right. I've been staying up till 3 most nights, but
What's up
I
with
don't
that?
know, it's catching up to me. So 1:30 sounds good.
You don't have to stay up with Callan anymore.
My benefactor
I don't.
wishes
Like
to
we
speak
literally
to you
just go
about
grab a
if
bottle,
my
put it in his crib, and he grabs it and sucks it back and goes to bed.
I told you, man, you were talking last time, like, oh, this is gonna be my life. I was like, nah, it's gonna level out. Even with number 2, now you're gonna learn. Now that you guys have learned a lot of mistakes that you've made, because we made a lot. Everybody makes a lot of mistakes in the scheduling. There's no way to do it perfect. So now you guys kind of have more of a system down. Oh, and I just got knocked out. Damn it.
Yeah, like I typically just stay up until 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Give the bottle whenever he needs it, or like put it in his crib, and then Chelsea wakes up at 4:30 to go to work. So it's worked out pretty well. It's not too bad. Like some days I'm getting over exhausted, so maybe I'll go to bed. Maybe I'll start pulling it back to like 2 or 1. But at least until the new baby comes.
Yeah. Well, get as much damn sleep as you can until the baby comes. Man, I just did a dumb thing because I forgot I haven't done the story on this character.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, I'm just doing some of these story quests. So I just picked a random zone. Well, that random zone led me to getting knocked out and taken to the main story.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not bullshitting. I just watched the guy getting sacrificed, and I'm going to the Wailing Prison right now.
Good times. And the fact that you have to do that on every single fucking
Whoa
character
there.
is miserable.
Are you all right?
I just did the
Name's
story.
Lyris.
Why do I have to do it on this character too?
Yeah. No, those are the
some
kinds
fight
of
left in you.
little things I
Going
think
to
they
need
need
it.
to fix for sure.
Dead. Must have been the runt of the litter. Keep
Because
an
yeah, I
open
have like
mind, stay
Palace of the
sharp.
Dead to level things up
This is
in,
full of
Boja,
surprises.
a bunch of different things. Like leveling dungeons that you can grind.
Keep moving. There are
like
more
that,
Daedra on the way.
You know, New World kind of made me realize how much more I do enjoy the action RPG side, though.
More guards are on the
Yeah,
way.
like ESO and.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I think it's, I don't know what it is. I don't think that these games can be. Not to go too late into this conversation, but I was saying this to Dead yesterday. I don't think that a fully action RPG game like ESO, especially not like New World, because New World is even more. Yeah, this used to be the original beginning of the game. It is. Yeah, I've been skipping this stuff on this character.
Greetings, Vestige. Like you, I'm a prisoner.
I'll probably
in
log
this
out
place.
during it if it doesn't let me
You
skip
must
some of it.
rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you.
What's that?
Hold a moment.
Like about it.
Come here.
It's not very
We
competitive.
need to talk.
They're like.
Oh no, what I'm getting at is that you can't do like 40-person raids in a non-tab target
These tunnels
game.
will avenge magical
It doesn't really work. It's not like a fault of like, oh, Bethesda doesn't want to code it, or like New World especially is like impossible to do that in, because like every single swing has to be on point for damage. And even the healing, like, people can just walk in front of your healing and take the heals and stuff. Like, it's just not the kind of game that really works for like a WoW raid boss kind of thing.
Well played, friend.
You know.
Marquez Beard, you are good enough.
Yeah, and I think like that's the issue. Is like I went into ESO thinking I was getting into something like Final Fantasy or WoW, where it was like going to be end game content, like it was going to be like learning boss mechanics and like the things I enjoyed about WoW and the things I enjoyed about Final Fantasy. The story is just a bonus to Final Fantasy, because that wasn't necessarily the reason why I wanted to play it. But like I think if I do get into New World,
I'm not dead. I'm
because
bitter.
I know what I'm.
You're not mixing this up here, are you? Dead should be
PvPing and
Dead's
going
already
around,
asleep.
screwing around.
Actually,
I probably
Dead's
won't be
been
like
asleep.
as heavily invested in it as I am Final Fantasy right now.
Sure.
Final Fantasy has that grind and shitload of things to do, and more or less be like.
Try to be inconspicuous.
Kind of like Sea of Thieves when you like message me and be like, "Hey, you want to do this tonight?" It's like,
we need is
yeah,
to
maybe we
be
can spend a
captured.
couple hours on this thing. Why not?
Yeah, I got a lot
Just
more
like
stuff
roaming
to
around,
do.
right?
Yeah.
Like, sitting on that fucking view. Like, did they release? Is it still that Jack Sparrow expansion?
Nope, they got another one already.
Oh, Jesus, that's pretty
Quickly,
good.
while he's blinded, we must get to
I
the
didn't
prophet's cell.
quite finish it, but it's not that much stuff, so I got almost all of it done, and I have like 5 weeks. No, you're good, man. This is Cryo on Discord.
Okay.
So I just kind of said, oh, well, I'm gonna leave some of that for later. Plus, Sparks, the dude the New Zealander guy I was playing it with.
The door's warded. We'll
He
never
just
get in this
started
way.
a new job, and so he's a chef or a cook or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And he
Destroying the Sentinel must have
starts
triggered
work
these
at like
wards.
3 o'clock
We'll
his
need
time
Cadwell is
for like
Cadwell
dinner
sees-
service. But 3 o'clock his time is 9 o'clock my time.
Right. So complete opposite schedules.
Yeah, because he's like 13 hours ahead of us or whatever. So I was like, well, crap. You know, it's gonna be weekends, but only
Cadwell seems to think
probably,
this
or
undercroft is
I
a
don't know.
delightful
I don't
place.
know what his schedule's really gonna be long term.
Better be
We'll
careful.
figure something out. But first he's like, oh, you know, sorry, we're really not gonna be able to. I'm like, man, you gotta eat. You know?
Make your money.
Yeah, because he wasn't working for quite a while. I was like, you got kids, man. Go feed the kids. Don't worry. Don't worry about a thing. Sea of Thieves will be there.
Yeah, it's not like the content disappears or it becomes useless to do or anything like that.
And even if it did. I mean,
That's kind of why I miss Valorant, to be honest. It's just
so
because it was like,
unimportant.
oh yeah, it was just a chill thing to do. Like
What
you
was your
didn't
name
need to
again?
be, or
Target practice?
try to be around the same level. You didn't need to like plan like what you were doing that day. You just fucking jump into a game, shoot a couple kids, fucking lose 5 times, and then be like, okay, well I'm gonna get off for the night. I'll talk to you later. And then like that's it.
Come get some more.
The problem is being able to lose 5 times and not get pissed off.
See, the difference is if I care about my rank, I'll get pissed off. Like, which I never really
Prophet's
did for
cage should be
Valorant.
just ahead.
But like,
Quickly now, we
I
haven't much
understand the
time.
mentality of that because like I used to do the same thing in League. If I played ranked, I'd be pissed off because people would just
Good
DC
news
or
is we made it here
AFK,
in one piece.
and then you'd be down 45, and it's like, well, I'm just wasting an hour of my life
Now the
fucking
bad
sitting
news.
here
It's going to be up to
playing this
you to
game
keep
that I
him
know
safe
we're
and
gonna
get him
lose.
back to Tamriel.
Yep. I have a hard
Whereas,
time
like,
doing it.
Yeah, whereas like if it's Valorant or like New
There's a
World, the way
trick
I'm
to
kind of talking about it, like even if I get camped or if we die 100 times, like I'm just going in there to pass the time anyways. There's no ranking or trying to be the best or anything like that. Whereas like with Final Fantasy, I would try to min-max everything and like make sure I'm top DPS or close to it.
I'm the opposite. In an MMO, nowadays I don't really care. It's fun for me to level and do crap like that and do stories compared to min-max everything and be top. But in a competitive game, I feel like I need to be at a certain level, and that's when I get really frustrated when I'm not, or if a team isn't performing to where I think they should, etc. That's kind of why I had to step away from some of those, man. I don't know. Heather asked me the other day, or a couple weeks ago, probably. She's like, "Are you ever gonna play Valorant again?" I was like, "Probably not." So I'll play Counter-Strike. You want to play Counter-Strike?
Which sucks because you got her attached to Valorant.
No, I didn't.
Freedom!
I didn't get her attached.
I remember this.
Yeah, you did.
Thank the divine.
I actually told her to wait.
Up the stairs quickly. We must get to the angry ring.
Playing it?
Yeah. Well, because it came out and it's like it needs work, man. I was like, the rank system is totally fucked, and it was. And I said they're gonna be rebalancing everything like crazy, and they did. Like, I don't know, I would wait a bit. That's what I told her, but she wanted to join it while I was playing it. But I don't know. I can't get that into any game.
Well, Scout doesn't really seem like an MMO anyways, right?
She used to be. We played Rift for like 3 years, man.
The mortal thinks it can
We were
be
doing
fine.
top level rating and all that.
Soon your world will be in
But
my
it seems like
teeth.
now, like when you ask her to come play an MMO, like she's kind of yeah, I'll play a couple levels, but I want to go back to Valorant.
I just stopped buying her games.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm sick of like it's just going nowhere. Like, cause I'll get excited that she'll try it, but like I think she only played ESO 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And then be like, well, I don't really like. You have to give it a chance. It's not even that you need to like ESO or something. Like I'm actually. I mean, you see how many games I play. I don't really care about most of the games. Like, as far as, you know, I can switch games to something. You know, I would rather find something that her and I both like. And I miss playing games with her. We used to play games together all the time. For like the last year, we really haven't.
I really
No.
It's the time, yeah, the time I got involved with you guys, you know, and I just ruined everything.
No, I just got sick of playing Valorant.
Yeah, that's fair though.
Great Akatosh, Dragon
I don't
God
know,
of Time.
It's just I can't. Okay, that was the thing though, was that like you talk about like when you get into a game, you like get super into it, and that's like the one game, and you're watching the videos like crazy. Well, that's what she was doing. It's like it's overload for me. It's like I can't do that with any game. So like she'll watch Valorant streams and watch Valorant videos, and then go play Valorant. I'm like, dude, I can't do that.
Yeah, and like Chuck messaged me. He was like, "Oh, like you're finally playing something different." And I was like, "Well, yeah, like I'm playing like Magic Arena, or I played like Teamfight Tactics, which is like a League mini game, like an auto fighter."
Chuck loves that game.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a chill game. Like the same thing I said. Like I'm not gonna care about my rank really. I'm just gonna play the game. I'm playing with like the new guildies. Basically, is why I was playing it.
Yeah.
And like. Just doing that, like I don't need to try hard or anything like that. Like I'm still gonna try my best, and I did watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
After it, but like I wasn't switching games or anything. It was kind of just like it's nice to play an MMO that you're fully involved in, but have something that doesn't matter to just kind of like play it whenever you're bored or.
Absolutely.
I'm sure like whenever I catch up on content, which will be an issue because when I catch up on Shadowbringer content, Endwalker will come out.
Yeah.
So like I probably won't catch up on content anytime soon,
Well,
which is nice.
it's pretty
It's
well
nice for me.
timed. Yeah, that's actually a good
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But like I'm sure like after I finish Endwalker and shit, like I'm probably gonna be like, oh, like I still plan on coming back to
How may I
Final
s-
Fantasy because the game's just been
But
fantastic.
still, a
and
break is needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still a break is needed. And the other issue
Yeah.
is like we're gonna have the kids soon.
Yep.
It's becoming winter, so I'll probably be playing more often. Or like we won't be doing things on weekends and things like that.
You don't want to
so
go outside in the Canadian winter?
I fucking hate winter, man. I despise winter so much.
What are winters in Canada bad or something?
Chelsea's like, oh, like, where would you move to if you could move anywhere? And I was like, probably the States, like
Somewhere warm, yeah.
somewhere south where it's warm, like.
We only get a couple months of winter where I live. It's hot in the summer, dude. It's hot.
Too many. A couple months is still too many.
Yeah.
I want like Florida where it like rains a bit.
Yeah.
Like, snow,
Texas.
like- yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I would be
I
fine
hear
with
ya.
that. I would be happy with that. Chelsea's like, but I like winter, and I'm like, I don't care.
Well, visit
Come
your
with me or not.
visit your parents in the winter. Dude.
Right?
Go
I
fly.
gotta jump off.
All right, man. Have a good night.
We'll talk forever. I know we will. But
Sleep well, dude.
yeah, maybe I'll look at getting New World like my next paycheck or something, and we'll try it out, play a couple levels or whatever.
If you
and-
do, let's make sure we get on the same damn server one way or another before you do anything. Because if you get on a different server, if you also get on a different server, I'm just gonna fucking uninstall it and call it a day.
Well, the thing is though, like
No.
if you and I start a character on a server together, just to play through the first couple levels or whatever, then they said that free server transfers are coming out soon, so you could just move your whatever level 40
Don't
character
do
over
that.
to that
There's
server.
nothing
or
wrong with
I
my
could-
server. Just come do
Well, what I'm saying was, or I could move my character from that server over to your server. So, but yeah, I'll message you before I download the game.
Yeah.
So.
All right, man. Sleep well.
Won't be happening anytime soon, but probably like a week or two, maybe.
No rush, man. The game's so early.
Babies are fucking expensive, man.
Yeah. Don't rush. You're fine.
I'll talk to you later.
Later,
Check
man.
out that Netflix show and the YouTube video I just put in there.
Okay. All right, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Later. All right, folks. That's it for me then. Where's here, Clark and Gab? If you're still around, hey, thanks for sticking around. It was nice just chatting with people tonight. Kind of going through some levels. I know the title said 50 or bust, and I only made it to 47 because, damn it. You know, when I titled it was actually before I logged in all the way, and I thought I was closer. So now I actually have to figure it out, and yeah. So very soon. If I don't have everybody to play with, then it'll be tomorrow. Or if King wants to play, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. We're gonna get some more ESO in, get some more New World in. Whenever I can get some sailors for Sea of Thieves. I don't know when that will be, because Sparks has a different schedule and Dead doesn't. Yeah, he works until Saturday. So yeah, so it might be on a weekend thing, whenever Sparks has time. So. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Sleep well and all that good stuff.